can stay and play and shake it around. You grab your boys, I'll grab my girls, and we can stay and play and shake it around. I just wanna get to know you, get to know you with your clothes on.
Sugar Sisters.
I said it.
Yeah.
I saw the Sugar Sisters were on Married at First Sight Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't know if it is though.
What, together?
Yeah, there's twins on it. I stopped playing with them. Is that Chloe?
Yeah. There's a line that I like coming up.
Oh, gone.
Actually, it's not yet.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What you've recorded?
I nominate you, you nominate
That's
me.
good.
Hello and welcome to BB on Blast.
Hi, we're having to look to seasons of BB Australia from yesteryear to keep ourselves interested, apparently.
That was Hot Pants. I can't remember what the song was called.
When you played me
Shake
that
It
song,
Around
when you
from
played me
Big
that,
Brother 10 Australia.
I did actually recognise it. That's the weird part.
It's a good song, actually. I don't really know, like,
Catchy.
if there's someone wrote it
Could this
for
be the
them
new
or
Candy Floss? Could we get it in the
on Spotify.
What is it? The pop activism
Oh, yeah, pop
thingamajiggle.
Do they care about Australian
Probably
reality TV?
Probably not.
Have you listened to Candy Floss on
I actually
Spotify?
did.
Yeah, I actually listened to it on repeat a few times, trying to get it
Yeah.
out the charts.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's happened. I
Quite
haven't
short,
heard
wasn't
anything.
it? Like,
It's like 1 minute and 20 seconds.
it's not long enough for a pop song, is it?
You say that, but apparently with Spotify, like trends, songs now are supposed to be shorter. Like, you're not supposed to have a long intro. You're supposed to get into it within the first 15 seconds.
Oh, what about podcasts?
They're supposed to be about 3 hours long on average. So we're killing it on
Thank
that.
God. No, that's bullshit. I know many songs with very, very long intros and like samples on, and the song don't kick in for like a minute.
Yeah,
No, I agree.
that's
It's
old.
annoying as fuck.
Oh.
You know, it's just like some sample of like someone in space or something. It's just like
Oh, I like that kind of
get
stuff.
on with
Like
it.
lemon jelly.
Yeah. Oh, I like lemon jelly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
The ducks are swimming in the water.
That's not even their best song.
No, what is the space one? I can't think.
They have one called Spacewalk.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to cane that album back in the day.
Water.
In my
Wood,
university
that one.
days. I always get lemon jelly and mint royale sort of confused. Don't you think they're quite similar?
Mint Royale, didn't they do that like sort of jazzed up singing in the
Singing in the
rain?
Rain, yeah, but
What's that George Samson?
Yeah,
Samson
they got a lot of good
danced
songs.
to on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, they got a lot of good songs. Good.
What did we think of the other Dan? I listened to what was the song? He thought of this song. I think it was by no, I can't think of the song.
Morrissey?
No, it wasn't Morrissey. It was like that's a song by Groove Armada.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
chill out
Oh.
one.
If you're fond of sand dunes and
Yes, it was that one. But that actually wasn't the song. We went from a different song. We went from a song that was similar to that, and I was like, there's another song in my head, and I was convinced it was 07.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
it sounds
they
like
got a similar style.
I was like, it's about the seaside, it's
Yeah.
about the beach, and Dan was like, oh, is it Sand Dunes? Is it Sand Dunes by Groove Armada? And I was like, shit, that's Groove Armada. I really like them as well.
Trip hoppy.
I like
sort
trip
of,
hop.
Yeah, trip hop. Ah, those were the days back when music was good. Big Brother Australia was good.
Coronavirus wasn't a thing.
That was only last year. I've still not had my hair cut. Gaz has had his hair cut.
Got
That's
a fresh
something.
trim.
I'm getting mine done tomorrow, and I'm going to the pub tomorrow. Jack already went to the pub. He went on Sunday.
On the first day,
Yeah, or no,
wasn't it?
Sunday.
Oh, Saturday
Yeah,
was the first day, yeah.
he was in the pub all day. Got sunburnt. He was outside, so I suppose it's not as
Right, I
bad.
was
Is
going to
it?
say. it's a bit weird.
Imagine what the fuck.
In the pub
What's
all day
going
and
on?
he got
That's what
sunburnt.
happens in Essex. They got tanning beds in the roof. Lol.
My dad went to the pub on Sunday as well.
What's he
And
say
they were like,
about
we
it?
need to wait one day.
Oh, great.
Well done. He
yeah.
didn't say much, but I haven't spoken to him really.
No, but I think. Did you see those scenes in Soho?
Fuck. London was, the problem is, they're obviously limiting the amount of space inside the
Yeah,
pubs.
so everyone's
just
standing outside,
And
yeah.
the pubs, the streets in Soho are not that wide, are
No, they're not at all.
they? You know what these gays are like. They want to mingle.
Goodness me. Single and ready to mingle. That's what we've all been waiting for. Oh, not us. But apparently it's much harder to catch it outside, so that's something. But still,
Apparently.
all those sort of, dirty fingernails and everything congregating.
Dirty fingernail.
Not good, is it? I got that wrong. Anyway, Big Brother Australia. How has it been for you this week?
Well, it's been a bit of a slog this week, hasn't it? Do you think?
I think. Yeah,
I mean, we're looking for storylines, like hard. We're having to search for them. We're having to give Chad and Sophie a special breakfast because it's their 1 month anniversary. Like, Jesus.
Oh,
it's bad.
I've got some gossip that will liven up the show for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Is it about the group chat?
Yeah, there's something about the group chat, but there's some other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, I want to thank Laurie, who sent us 25 quid for Prosecco.
Thanks, Laurie.
Which we have spent, not on Prosecco,
But our domain.
but our bbonblast.com domain, connecting our domain. So you can now visit us on bbonblast.com.
Oh, so have we updated the profile?
Yes, I've updated it. I
Okay.
took down your Australia logo because I thought BBUS is coming soon. Got to be all in it.
You know how hard I worked on that?
Yeah, but these fucking US people see that. They think we're like some backwater operation. We've got to be,
Yeah, this is a proper Big Brother, not like that American crap.
This ain't proper Big Brother.
I
Rubbish.
like this Big Brother.
Anyway,
Well, when Angela's in it.
I've took it down for now. Well, not for now. Until next Big Brother Australia.
I'm trying to rope in those Aussies.
Yeah, I know,
And you've
but
undone all my
they're
work.
not interested. They're not fucking interested, I tell you.
Because that show's not very
Yeah, because
interesting.
it's rubbish. Anyway, thanks, Laurie. We've updated our bbonblast.com, so that's good.
Has anyone got the ratings for Big Brother Australia? Have they dropped since Angela's left? That's what I want to know.
Australian Andrew said they did, but I don't know exactly what,
really?
what the ratings are.
Well,
Yeah.
we get all of our intel from Australian
I
Andrew.
know who we don't even like.
Well, apparently. I've
Yeah.
not even heard him.
Well, I guarantee you would
I'm
not like
pretty
him.
sure someone responded to us this week and said, yeah, that Australian Andrew is a twat.
Yeah, they
And
did.
They're Australian, weren't they?
Yeah, they
Shit,
did.
we should read out that comment.
I know
Because I was
someone
like, that's a
else-
real Australian.
I know someone else who don't like him as well.
Well,
Alfie.
Australian Andrew won't know.
No, because Alfie, I'm going to say this because it's not personal. Basically, that Australian Andrew followed Alfie, and then Alfie disagreed with him about something, and that guy unfollowed him. It's like, fucking hell, you're not allowed to disagree with someone without getting unfollowed.
Alfie checking his followers.
Yeah, I don't think that's funny.
My daily report, 5
Yeah.
people followed me and 2 people
Oh,
unfollowed me.
people do that.
If those people do that, I unfollow them immediately.
I have been bleeding followers because I've been going on about domestic violence the past 2
people
days.
don't want to talk about
Oh,
that.
they sure don't.
I want to brush that under the carpet.
Oh, my followers, especially when you start slagging off Johnny Depp. Oh, you're in deep shit.
So, can you tell me, Johnny Depp... Okay, I know that something came out yesterday about Kasabian. Do you want to talk about this or not?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Because
I'm actually raring to go to fucking talk about it.
And then this morning I
It's
walked...
got nothing to do with Big Brother Australia.
This morning I got up and I went to the living room and BBC News was on because basically the only channel I watch on TV is pretty much BBC News for some reason. I actually love BBC News.
Why?
There's just always something to watch on
You
there.
don't appear to absorb any information from it.
Anyway, I got in there and Dan had it on. He was on his phone. And I was like, what's going on? And some man was walking into court with a mask on. He had floppy hair.
Some man.
And he had like a sort of oversized suit on. He looked like he was wearing his dad's suit. And he looked like sheepish and he sort of turned around and did a little wave to the camera.
Yeah, like
And
Michael Jackson, wasn't it?
And Dan told me it was that guy from Kasabian. I was like, hang on, when did this come out? He's already going
was
to
it him?
court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turned out it was Johnny Depp.
I was going to say,
like, this
what
only
the
happened
fuck?
yesterday. How's he already in court?
I know, it's like wife beater special.
Yeah.
No, the Kasabian thing's been to court as well. They've both been to court.
Oh.
Let me break it down for you. Although I don't actually know the full details of the Kasabian
So we're not allowed
thing.
to sing Kasabian anymore. Do we actually?
I fucking hate Kasabian,
Oh, I
for
thought
starters,
sometimes we
so it's
might
fine.
like some of their songs
No,
at karaoke.
no, we don't. That's
What
the
are their
Killers.
songs?
I don't know. Like they're laddish, like sort of. You look at
They
their
used to have their first album.
You
That
did?
black and white cover with sort of like a
Didn't it?
graphic. I ain't got it anymore.
no.
And if I have, I don't think Music Magpie are going to give me 8p for it now.
BB on Blast does not support Kasabian. Look, what happened was Kasabian put out a statement saying,
We're on a hiatus. We're
yeah,
on
they
a
basically said,
hiatus.
Tom or whatever his name is has got personal issues, and then everyone, but Kasabian will carry on, and everyone's like, what the fuck? You can't carry on without the singer, which is kind of a fair point. You can't have.
Well, just ask Adam Lambert.
That's literally
And
the
Queen.
only example, and I'm sure they'd still rather have Freddie Mercury.
Actually, speaking of trip hop, well, yeah, I'm sure they would. Speaking of trip hop, Mochiba replaced Sky for a while, who was the singer, Sky
yeah.
Edwards, and they got another like female vocalist in, and it just wasn't the same.
No.
And now they're back together.
I'm
It's like,
sorry, but you can't swap singers in a band. That's
no.
not how
And
bands
also,
work.
You can't be a Black Eyed Peas without Fergie, can you?
No, and you can't be many different bands who come back. Even if you've got the singer of the original band and all different musicians, that's still not the same band. It's not
No.
the same band, so stop doing that. Anyway, so
Yeah.
Kasabian got loads of flack for ditching Tom because of his personal issues. Turns out the next day, all this court drama come out. He fucking beat up his girlfriend, dragged her around the garden by her ankles in front of a child. I'm not sure if it was their child or her child. It's someone's fucking child.
Someone's child they were looking after.
It's got to be her child.
Yeah.
And I didn't even read the details because I just can't face it. But and then everyone's like, oh fuck, okay, now we can see why Xavier's done it.
Yeah.
But then I made the fatal mistake of looking at the comments, and everyone's going, "Oh, poor Tom, give him another chance." Blah blah blah. Oh, woke Britain making you sack him. Give him another chance.
That's someone who don't understand what woke means, right?
Yeah, and all this, and I was just getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
You're angry now, like Angela. That's the new Angela comment, not John James.
And then, do you know what's happening with Johnny Depp?
He's taken the Sun to court for defamation.
Yeah.
And Amber Heard, which I haven't heard that name for some time. Amber Heard.
Nice.
I hadn't heard it for ages. Like, oh yeah, that's the person.
Yeah.
She said that they went. Did she say it? They went on holiday to Australia, and she felt like she was being held captive for 3 days.
Oh yeah. Basically.
Do you know what? That has ruined the success of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Has it?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, they've released a film since that all came out, and no one watched it.
Well, I'm amazed because people supporting Johnny Depp on Twitter is like everyone. People supporting Amber Heard, 1%. Admittedly, Amber Heard is a complete psychopath.
Is she?
Oh yeah, she's an absolute nutcase. But Johnny Depp goes. The bit he's contesting is he never actually physically punched her or slapped her, whatever she's saying.
Okay.
But I watched a video of him going around the kitchen, fucking slamming cupboards, threatening her. And I watched the fucking video of it, and I saw it, and I've seen that behaviour in my own fucking family. And believe me, it's not a great step to go from punching holes in things to punching holes in people. No. I'm not saying he did do it. I'm just saying he's an aggressive person. Also, she's an aggressive. She's apparently beaten up previous girlfriends because she knows she's bisexual.
Oh, I didn't know.
So she's a. Don't get me wrong.
God, that's a right shit show there.
It was just a very, very toxic relationship. But the thing that pisses me off is that people go, "Oh, his ex-wife's going to come out, Vanessa Paradis," and go, "Actually, I don't think they were married," and go, "Oh,
Paradis?
He never." Yeah, she's French, Vanessa Paradis. And Winona Ryder used to go with Winona Ryder, didn't he?
Yeah, she's going to be in the court.
They're going to come out. He went out with Winona Ryder about 30 years ago. It doesn't
people
matter.
Can change, can't they? Mental states can change.
Relationships change.
Substances that people take change.
Thank you. I could punch one person in a relationship and not punch another person in a relationship because one person's more of a dickhead.
Yeah. Also, it's like a CRB, like a criminal record check. It's out of date the next day.
Exactly.
Like, you could do anything. I could go out and knife someone if I wanted to tomorrow.
Exactly, and people
I'm not going to, by the way. Don't
please don't do that. And people go, "Oh no, well he was with Vanessa Paradis for 20 years and he never did anything." So what? He was with Amber Heard and she's a psycho, and she brought out his psycho tendencies, and he could have punched her, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Either way, I think the fact that he's taking it to court and is willing to drag all his dirty washing through the court.
He shouldn't. He should just be quiet and shut up. If he wants to continue making Pirates of the Caribbean films, he ought to shut his mouth.
And all this shit is coming out about him, all this different stuff he's done, or giving his kids drugs and shit like this. Yeah.
Is he a drug user?
Yeah. Oh, big time.
Oh,
He's a massive cokehead. That's why he's that. And I know what cokeheads can be like, and they can be super, super aggressive. Not from personal experience, obviously.
Sorry, this is just in. Glenn Wise is ready for the podcast. He likes our tweet about the podcast.
Did he?
For Big Brother 7, yeah.
He's ready for it. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, Glenn.
Well, he just probably liked it.
I hope he's not listened to any of the previous ones. I'm always slagging him off.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't stand him.
That's probably listening.
Just kidding, Glenn. I'm sure you're lovely. Anyway, who would listen to this bit? It's not even about anything. But yeah, the thing that annoys me...
You're going to listen to it.
The thing that annoys me is... Yeah. You go. Oh, I shouldn't even say that. But you go Daily Mail comments. Every single comment is Team Johnny.
You're asking for it if you're going to the Daily Mail comments.
Every single comment is Team Johnny, Team Johnny, Team Johnny. It's like, no, there's wrong on both sides. They're obviously both psychos, and it was a very, very toxic, horrible relationship.
Yeah, but you know how fandom works. Look at you, the way you defend Morrissey.
Don't bring Morrissey into it. He's not a wife beater.
No, he may not be, but Johnny Depp fans. I feel like that fandom is probably particularly besotted with him. Yeah, I know. So he can do no wrong, literally.
But it has actually been quite triggering for me the past couple of days. Seeing people, especially the Kasabian one, because obviously he beat up that woman in front of a kid, which is obviously what happened to me. And it's not just the woman it affects, it makes you think of all the kids who have to witness that, and it's
Yeah,
fucking
of course.
horrible. And for people to go, oh well, he's a great singer, blah blah blah, which he isn't even, and well, we like these songs, we want to listen to it. I just think,
You've
well,
got
fuck
those songs.
you.
You can go listen to them if you
Yeah,
want.
go
They're
listen
still
to them,
there.
but you ain't gonna be able to see him live again. So fuck you, and it's his fault, not the woman's, not the kids, not anyone else's. So
Yeah.
fuck off.
Yeah, you're right.
It just annoys me. I've been very, very highly triggered by Twitter the past couple of days. I've been on a riot. Been trying to get banned, if anything. So yeah, I'm glad I've got that.
It's
out
good
my
that you're
system.
passionate.
Well, someone's got to be, because no one cares. Do you know what? I feel loath to make this comparison because people are going to be like,
Oh, God,
they're
here we
not
go.
comparable. No, but how I feel about it is like how Black Lives Matter is blowing up at the moment.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about domestic violence. Like, it's something that's so passionate to me that no one gives a fuck about. Like, I'm not saying they're comparable things; they're completely different things. But this is why I was happy when Dan said to me, "Oh, I've got your back on Twitter,"
Yeah.
because like we have to look out for each other. The different minority groups. Not that being a woman is comparable to being black or being abused or whatever. You know what I mean? These different people as different marginalised groups have to look out for each other. I'm not phrasing that right. Can you help me?
I think you're saying, like,
We have to stick up
the
for
minority of women that are abused. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying these things that really profoundly affect us, and sometimes we feel like
people would rather not talk about it
Yeah.
because it's too hard, or
Yeah.
let's just look the other way, sort of thing.
yeah, and we feel like we're just shouting into the abyss, and
Yeah.
you get all that microaggressions and all this passive aggressiveness, and with domestic abuse, you get like, oh well, he didn't mean it. It's a mental health issue. No, it isn't a fucking mental health issue beating someone up. You could have a mental health issue and beat someone up, but those are two separate things.
Yeah.
And people muddying the waters between those two really pisses me off. Anyway, I'm not articulating myself well. What I'm saying, we need to stick up for each other's causes, even when it doesn't affect us. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Because if you feel like you're like, I'm sort of shouting into the abyss and no one's really caring, it can feel quite lonely. But then why should people care about things that have
Don't affect
affected
them.
you? Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are doing that at the moment
I feel
with
like
Black Lives
people are
Matter.
more so. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there's been quite a lot more... there's been a bit more noise about domestic abuse since lockdown happened, because some charities spoke out and made some statements.
Yeah.
And there were some reports on the news, and then also on the thing that Davina was on, the BBC fundraiser that was like a bit of like comic relief, but not comic relief.
Oh, yeah.
During COVID-19. There was an appeal there for domestic abuse in the UK as well, and Davina spoke about it on that show.
That's good.
So I feel like...
And Camilla Parker
There
Bowles
is.
has been doing some stuff about it as well.
Great, what
I
great
know,
fucking
I know.
ambassador for anything.
And I think Prince Charles actually threw Princess Diana down the stairs, so just saying.
Oh, really?
I heard that on this morning, someone said that, allegedly. So.
Yeah, but they're very quick to go allegedly.
Yeah, I know. Philip Schofield was shitting himself.
So yeah, I don't know if I've been a bit more aware of people talking about those issues, but
good.
I don't. Obviously, it's not on the scale of Black Lives Matter. There's not been
No,
a
of
march
course not.
against like domestic abuse or anything.
No,
so
domestic abuse is a very, very hidden thing.
yeah,
And,
yeah, that's the other thing. It happens, but in people's homes, and people are very good at hiding it.
yeah. And the other thing, we are going to move on to Big Brother. Big Brother Australia ain't even that interesting. This is more interesting, so shut up. The other thing is, I actually did have an argument with someone on Twitter yesterday who's someone I followed for years and years, and we had words about it, and it was about women beat men up too. It was that old.
Yeah,
Women beat men up too is my equivalent of all lives matter.
yeah,
It's fuck off. That's not what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So I was getting fucking riled. You can see I'm getting riled now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Getting angry now.
we had a few tweets about it, and then that person came in my DMs and said, I'm sorry.
Oh,
So can you believe it? And I like and respect that person.
Yeah.
And I said, I really appreciate you saying that. And we exchanged those views, and then we moved on. So believe it or not, that is possible on Twitter. Anything can happen.
it's like Cameron Cole all over again.
It's true though. If people, I'm not just going to fucking unfollow someone who disagrees with
Yeah.
me. Although I did notice one of my followers had, I support J.K. Rowling in their
That's a
title
joke.
now.
That's got to be a joke.
That's what I thought. But then I looked at the tweets and they were tweeting a lot of J.K. And then I thought that's another person who I followed for years. But then you think like, ooh, it's like the Union Jack. It's like,
Well,
ooh,
I got
it's
one of
like
those as well.
difficult,
on Twitter.
isn't
I'm
it?
like, this person was tweeting borderline all lives matter stuff, and I was
Oh.
like, they need to go.
It's funny, isn't it? But why do you have this
If I actually-
loyalty? Why do you have this
Because
loyalty?
you followed them for years, why?
But why? They,
And then I'm like,
you don't know them.
Like, they're a Big Brother fan.
Yeah.
That's why we follow each other. But then you're right. In
But
fact,
then don't you think, ooh.
I just want to know, did I actually unfollow that person? Because I feel like there's over the years there's been so many things that have been borderline against my views.
Yeah.
Like Brexit support.
How many do you let? How many do you let slip before you put your foot down?
Exactly. I think I did.
But why would you? She had it like in her name, like the way we have BB on Blast podcast in our name. She
Yeah.
had that. I support JK. I stand with JK Rowling.
You know, it's again Harry Potter dedicated fans, isn't
You're
it?
right. It is that. It is that insane.
If you think about those people
fandom.
that have grown up with Harry Potter and they can't see
God.
J.K. Rowling being problematic,
Yeah.
even though she is very much so.
I think I'm just gonna like.
It's a funny place.
It's funny how you feel that loyalty though, just because you recognise that person's avatar and name, and you've just followed them for years. It's like
Exactly.
I don't
I
fucking
think I got
know
rid of
you.
that person that I was just talking about.
Well,
Because when I saw the stuff that was towards All Lives Matter, I was just like, no,
oh, fuck that,
you
man.
don't see the world like I do, so you've got to go.
Did I tell you someone? Oh no, I shouldn't say this. Someone
Don't
said
talk about that.
no. Oh, okay, yeah,
I think you should probably not.
yeah.
But I know what you're going to
Oh, you know what I was going to say, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's not do that again this week. Next! Should we talk about Big Brother Australia?
Yeah, let's talk about Big Brother Australia, because so much to unpack this
Well
week.
swerved. Oh, I've got to tell you about this, the gossip. We haven't even got to the gossip.
We
What
even
would you
get
say
Yeah.
if I said to you, I bet you know this already, it's going to be
What?
such an anticlimax. 2 people kissed in the house, not once, but twice, and we were never shown it.
I don't know about
2
this.
very, very unlikely people.
Matt and Dan. I'm sure I've seen them kiss
Imagine.
in the eviction room.
Ugh.
Matt kissed Dan. 2 very unlikely people.
Yeah.
Boy and girl.
A boy and girl.
Ian.
And one person is gone and one person is still in the house.
Which one's gone? Give me the boy or the girl?
The girl is gone.
The girl's gone. Danny.
No, forget Danny. Forget Danny.
Thalia.
No,
Angela. She's
No.
got a family.
no.
She's got a family, right. Girl that's been
You're not going to
evicted.
remember this fucking person.
Laura.
No.
She was there for 5 minutes.
Just kiss someone and go. Bye. I've done my bit.
The girl that's been evicted. Wait, let me go through the girls that's been evicted. Thalia. Angela. Danny. Laura. God, I can't remember anyone that was in this fucking house. Zoe!
No, that was good remembering of someone there. Well done.
Who else is there?
Oh, there's Casey, but it's not her either.
Hang on, gone this week.
Gone.
So, gone in the last 3
They
days.
went last week, I think.
Zoe went last week.
Fucking
I
hell.
can't remember who went.
You're making my gossip
Angela and
dry
Zoe
as
went
hell.
last week. Who's the last person that went last week? Another girl. Hannah!
Yes.
Hannah
I just did a pouting motion.
Hannah and Kieran.
Did you know?
No.
They snogged not only in the box, but at the Mexican fiesta.
Really? How do we know this?
It's a fact. She said it in her exit interviews.
On the website?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we need to watch that website more closely. You know, we'll have this tea.
Can you believe it?
Do you know what?
Go on.
I saw on Big Brother's Instagram stories, they do like there's quick fire questions with the housemate that was evicted, and Hannah said
Go on.
this week, she said,
Ooh.
in that task where they had to like balance on a little plinth for like 4
Oh
hours.
yeah, she was cuddling Kieran,
She
wasn't she?
said I had to cuddle Kieran for 4 hours,
That was
and I
when they-
was really glad that I was paired with him. And I was thinking, cuddling Kieran for 4 hours.
Can you imagine anything
in a
worse?
sweaty situation must be disgusting.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
It's like Bex and Luke, but even
Worse.
weirder.
Can you imagine what the other boys must have thought? Don't you think? Don't
Well,
you
she
just
was,
think like
passion on in a serious capacity.
Don't you just think what the fuck?
Yeah, that is weird.
Apparently, we missed it last week when he said to her, "Do you think we could see each other outside the house?"
Nah,
we
he
must
didn't
have
say it
just
in the
yeah.
show.
We must.
He
Apparently,
promised that,
he
Alfie.
did. No, it was on Taryn's show, I think, but we totally missed it.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. And Dan watched it and he didn't say
But
that either.
why would Big Brother cut out Hannah and Kieran kissing?
Mind out.
Oh God,
Mask at the ready.
I'm covering my face, listeners.
Well, because it's a family show. no one wants to see that.
I want to see it
I wanna
because
see
I'd
that.
be intrigued by it.
What? Do you know what thing that... Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze again. Do you not think there should be a
Bless
Big
you.
Brother uncut of
There
this?
used to be. Do you remember?
Yeah, After Dark or
There used to be a Big
Up
Brother
Late or whatever
Australia
Australia
one.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. So
Especially
we
for
can
this
see
version,
all
because-
the racism, sexism, and sex in its glory.
Exactly, because this one airs at 7:30 p.m. It's like tea time watching for the family. That's not Big Brother.
I just don't see why they wouldn't show it, because people would be intrigued to see that, wouldn't they? Can't have been that
Definitely,
graphic.
and also, like, think of how much you cut out. That's one bit you would keep.
Of course.
Yeah.
And also, it was Kieran's first kiss.
Oh my god.
What is Hannah
He also had a
thinking?
tiny boner sticking out of his little board shorts.
Guys, I've got a real problem with Kieran this week.
He's gross, isn't
He's
he?
disgusting.
Why
I can't
is his tongue always
I
hanging
just
out of one side
can't
of his mouth?
deal with him anymore.
I think he's on the spectrum.
I feel
don't
like
you?
I'm being... I'm not
I
sure.
don't know if that's offensive to say, but I feel like
I've got
he's
worse things to
not
say
quite there.
about him than that.
Oh.
I feel like I'm being fattest, and I swear I'm not, but he's just absolutely disgusting. And it's nothing to do with his size. Well, it's something to do with it. But
it's not. It's to do with
how
his
lazy
cleanliness and
how
stuff.
how lazy he is. He dresses like a slob. Yeah, he's always got his tongue out. He's like always trying to get out of doing something.
He's always sweaty.
always making out he's a fucking mastermind when he ain't.
I know.
Like, oh, I'm the puppet master, big
Yeah.
brother. No, you're fucking not.
That's why I think he's a bit.
And then when Hannah got off of him, that must have gone to his head even more.
He must have thought he was king of the world. 'Cause Hannah's a beautiful
Yeah,
girl.
I mean,
I mean, she's a
I'm
bit
just,
boring,
Oh
but-
yeah, she's boring, but she's nice looking. Oh
Put
yeah,
this light
it
on.
should work. Yeah. I'm just perplexed as to how low
Can you
Hannah's,
go?
Hannah's
Can you go?
self-esteem is, or how
Yeah.
much good banter Kieran had in that box. Maybe he's got a big dick.
I shouldn't think so. Jesus. Little tiddler. I can't believe that if that happened in the box, they didn't use the audio of like...
No.
Because you could like turn up the microphone
Yeah,
volume and
exactly.
get that...
Maybe they took the microphones off. Because you wouldn't be able to tell in the box, would
that's
you?
true.
I was just who told me it? I think Rowan heard it on Taryn, and she told me it. I just sent a voicemail back going, "Fuck off! That is just made
not
up."
true.
I was like,
Yeah.
"No, that's not true." And she's like, "It is. It's." But she said it in loads of her interviews. Why would you say that?
Yeah, why'd you admit to that?
Yeah, I feel
Oh.
really bad now because that's kind of horrible, but it's kind of true. Don't you think?
What? That being shameful to
Because
admit
Kieran's
to?
just gross.
Of course.
Oh, this whole like,
I'm
my
sorry.
mum waits on me, and I don't know how.
Universally, it's known that Kieran is gross. Even when he got a call from his mum,
Yeah.
his mum went, "Try not to piss people off,
Oh.
Kieran." Did you hear that?
Yeah. Don't you think his mum should take some of the blame though, that he's so lazy, he can't be bothered to do anything?
Absolutely.
And she was also like, "Oh, have you lost any weight in the house?" Like she's obviously concerned
Yeah,
about
keeping
it.
the
It's
weight
like, he has
down,
actually
whatever
lost
she
weight.
said.
To be fair to him, he has lost weight in the house. He does look smaller.
Because there's not much to eat. They've been working on
Oh,
less
yeah.
than a $250 food
That's
budget,
true.
mate.
What about them cream cakes he scoffed during that challenge?
Yeah, and the gummy snakes.
Anyway, that was one bit of drama. That took up a little
Yeah,
bit
this
of
is
time.
good for Big
Yeah,
Brother
it's
Australia,
good.
actually.
And then we've got the group text scandal. Have you read these group texts?
Yeah, and the housemates group.
Oh
with an eye
yeah,
on it.
I've not actually read them.
It wasn't as dramatic as I thought it
No, apparently, were
sounded
they
to be.
ganging up on Angela or something?
I think Ian was saying Angela was being a bit of a tool.
Apparently, hold on, I wrote down the crib notes here of what.
You not got the screen cap of
Yeah, I
the
have.
group chat?
Oh.
Whose group chat is that and how did it get out?
It's all that. That's what I was thinking. Who leaked the group chat? That's exactly
But
what I
we
was thinking.
could make that up. We could.
No, this is
create
true.
some-
Apparently, okay. Angela, this is all really mean. I'm so disappointed. That was Garth.
Oh, yeah, Garth was going on
What
Angela.
group chat is this? It's not even WhatsApp. Is this fucking Apple group
iTunes.
chat? Whatever the fuck it is. What the fuck?
iTunes.
Australia, sort yourselves out. Garth, if you choose to believe everything you read, it's up to you, says Angela.
Apparently, Angela's been spreading some shit about the house.
Yeah, but I heard what she said and it was nothing.
What did she
She
say?
just said, like, they're boring or whatever, or
Well,
they're basic,
facts,
which
isn't
they
it?
are. Oh, and how... Oh, I'm going to sneeze now.
Uh-oh. Bless you.
Excuse me.
God, you get
Oh, now I've got
coronavirus
the
on this
cats.
podcast.
And, hold on, and they were
Got
saying...
smoke coming in.
Oh, God. It's terrible. You set something on fire. The housemates were moaning at the old classic. The classic. Big Brother didn't show enough of them having fun.
Oh, when I built
and-
a tower
yeah.
out of cornflake boxes.
Yeah,
and
they were
that.
moaning about that.
Yeah. They've all been
Fuck
moaning
off.
about that. They've all been moaning about that.
So then Garth replied, I'm sorry, Ang, because he's not putting an E on the end. Don't you think you should have an E on the end for Ange?
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry, Ang, but I find it hard to believe Channel 7 just fabricated all of this. Even if they only used the overly critical stuff and left out everything else you said, there should have been warning bells. Like, oh, they've been focused on what I thought about the housemates a lot. Maybe I should consider what I'm saying that they can use, rather than let's throw everyone under the bus. Fuck off!
From within the house, I might have gone, they're asking me a bit much about housemates in the diary room, so I won't give them good content for the television show that I apply to be part of.
I'll say whatever I want.
Exactly.
Her exit interview, she can say what she wants.
Do you know what? They're all bitter because
jealous
because she's the star of the show, and they're all boring.
Correct.
And if they'd have spoken up and said anything interesting, they'd be in the edit as well. And Garth actually ought to shut his mouth, because he was actually kind of a big part of the show for a day or two.
Because of Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then...
If I would say, amongst the housemates that we're going to remember next year, Garth is probably one of them for whatever reason.
I will not remember him next year. I can promise you that. So then Garth continues, Angela, I don't want an issue with you, but this show isn't all about you.
It is.
Yes, it is, bitch. What you have said is just so disappointing. Whilst I have an issue with 1 to 2 people in the house, I've never smeared them in interviews I've had. You say you came to Australia with just a suitcase. Well, that suitcase was filled with silver spoons and a fuckload, no, or it could be shitload, I'm not sure, of self-entitlement. Shame on you. Shame on you. Oh, fucking hell, he's bringing back the shame on you, Jesus.
Who's that from?
Garth.
Who said shame on you?
Garth.
No, previously.
Oh, my mum's boyfriend. Remember at Christmas. As I left. Shouted at me. So then Angela replied, too early, Garth. I'm not here for it. Too early? When is a good time?
In the day, maybe. I don't
know. And then Ian piped up, all right, guys, I think just message each other
privately.
directly now.
Shut up, Ian. Go play the spoons in the corner.
Yeah, what if you're in the what is that, Angela Silver Spoon? What if you're in the rest of that group chat? You want to read the drama?
Yeah.
And then Ian said, I'm sorry for my part in stoking this.
Yeah, I wonder what... I think he shared the article, didn't he? Which was an interview with Angela, and then it all blew up.
And then Garth said, wake up, Angela, because it's time to listen. You are a nasty bleep. I wonder what he put there. Must be bitch. And she said, I will, kissy face. And then Dan...
Angela's still playing the game, I like it.
Oh, and then Dan sent an article saying, Angela Uncensored, Big Brother's breakout star delivers scathing, blah, blah, blah. And it says, I can only see the first 2 lines, but it says, no backbone, he brings nothing. She is very scary. And then Ian said, yep. And then Dan said, good little read, appreciate the support, Ange. What a passive-aggressive piece of shit. And then Casey replied...
Sorry, Dan, you're getting enough support from Big Brother themselves.
Exactly, big nose twat. And then Casey went, wow.
Leave.
And then Ian said, well, I hate this. Can we please not have another argument in the chat again? Ooh, again.
Give us the old one.
Private message each other, please. Why have you even got a chat?
Off.
Why have you even got a chat when they all hate each
Ian
other?
is such a
Do you have a chat with a bunch of
blanket.
people you don't like? No, because those people have already left the chat a few months back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. So then...
That's literally what the Big Brother house is like, isn't it? People leave in a group chat
And
when they get evicted.
And then Dan said, just something low shot for no reason at people who can't defend themselves. Fuck me, so disappointing. And then Ian said, also, I believe she's doing an interview and we are all better than talking shit behind someone's back. And then Instagrammer, who's that, said, aha, geez, I only just got all the knives out of my back yesterday.
I don't know who that one was. I wonder why is that a different name.
That's good. I like the sound of that.
Um,
what a bunch of whiny little babies.
Do you know what? I think that possibly we should be watching the content from when they get evicted. They go on Sunrise and stuff just to see what's said. It might be more interesting than the show.
Fuck that. But what on Taryn's podcast, he actually said something interesting. So the people who were actually there are people actually still in the game.
Yeah.
Because it's not been decided who wins yet, has it?
No,
so they're
there's
still
a finalist.
Yeah, so they're still kind of playing the game by releasing those WhatsApp chats or by, do you know what I mean? They're still on their social media. They're still kind of playing the game.
I suppose, but Angela ain't, is she?
Well, no. But other people trying to look like, holier than thou because...
like Ian. Maybe Ian's been brought back.
I doubt it. I hate Ian now. I'm glad he went. Idiot. Anyway. Oh, yeah. So they wish they'd show more of them having fun. Casey has had to quit social media. She had to
Why? She had to turn over a new light. Casey's such a... Oh, God, I was going to be a little bit offensive there.
Go on.
No, she's just like... she's rough as...
She's a dog.
Ball,
it's the word you're
dust,
looking
isn't
for.
she? Dog.
She's a dog.
That's what I was going to say,
Yeah,
and I thought, I can't say that about someone. That's really
you can
horrible.
about her. And now, about once a year, I'll call someone a dog if they really deserve it. But I'll call a man it as well.
Limit.
As long as you can call it to a man and a woman, it's okay.
Okay.
Feminism with Lindsay Rose. And also, there's a lot of sexism in the house, which apparently got a lot worse after.
Sound like Australia.
After Angela.
Sheila's.
Oh, I'm hot. After Angela left, it got a lot worse. I think it was towards Casey, but that was just sort of a bit of an undercurrent. And then Talia apparently reached out to Hannah and apologised for her behaviour in the house.
Oh.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you know why? Because it looks bad in the edit.
Everyone
That's
fucking
why.
hates her, that's why.
Talia,
yeah.
do you know what? I know you probably haven't seen any of the post-show stuff with Talia, but like...
Not open, didn't I?
In all of the content that Talia's done afterwards,
Yeah.
she's acting like such a sweet girl, and it just seems so forced and so false. I mean, there's not much content to play with, but like they ask them stuff like, "Oh, what was your first meal when you came out of the house?" and stuff like that. It's pointless. But she's acting all like sweet as pie. I don't know. She's acting sweet as pie, and it's not.
I'm not interested in these.
Like, do you know what? If you are going to be that bitch, then just
own it.
Own it, yeah.
Yeah,
like Angela is owning it, but it's funny with Angela.
That's your unique selling point, being an arsehole, so...
I wonder, when they cast Talia, did they know she was going to be that bitch?
Yeah.
Probably.
100%. So...
Do you know what, though? I just look at the housemates that are left, and I think, what were they thinking when they cast them?
I know.
Like, they're all coming out going, Matt from Broken Hill, like, stand-up guy, like... What? He's boring as fuck.
But they're horrible. They're
no
nasty. I think they got a nasty side, him and Dan. And
Do you?
Xavier did as well. Rest in peace.
Very clever, Xavier.
Yeah.
Very clever player. The cleverest man in the house.
Real brain box.
But like Sarah, what is the point of Sarah?
Oh, she's quite sweet. She's one of my faves. Only because I'm so desperate.
Times.
Well, yeah, who's your fave?
Sophie and Chad now.
Oh, yeah.
Team
Chad's
Trophy.
my favourite.
Team Trophy now.
Chad's my favourite.
Oh, fuck.
Dum-dum.
Sophie, sometimes when she talks, reminds me of Angelina Jolie. Her accent. There's something in her accent.
She can't string a sentence. She's like, her and Chad. Did you see my tweet I did about her and Chad? I was quite pleased with it.
No, I haven't really looked at it this week.
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it was something like scientists have done a study on 2 short planks and found them more intelligent than Chad and Sophie. I was quite pleased with that. I was pleased with it. Of course, no one was interested.
No one is.
Alright, so...
And also, we tweet about BBAU not in time.
Completely wrong time. All the Australians
I don't bother even trying to wake up for it now, do you?
No, I didn't pass the first day.
The first day you didn't even manage?
No, the second and third day I think I did. After that, no. I'm not getting to sleep till like 4 a.m.
Oh,
so,
don't
are
even talk to me
you?
about...
Jack's having the same as well. Honestly, I was still awake at like 4:30 last night.
It's the worst, isn't it? It's getting light outside.
Oh, that's the worst part of it. I'm like, I've got to get to sleep before the light starts coming
must try harder, must sleep harder.
I actually ended up listening to like a meditation thing. I actually did go to sleep.
No, it must have been...
Not like a sleep thing, you know the one where you like untense all your muscles sort of
thing. I like
go
those
through
ones.
the body, yeah.
Dan did that on me once. He was like, imagine there's a light like on all these parts of your body.
Yeah.
And you're turning off the light on your right hand, you're turning off the light on your left hand. And I was like, oh yeah, it's really
And one bit he goes, let your tension drain into your pillow. I thought, that sounds nice. Yeah. Drain.
I'll ring it out in the morning.
Yeah, but then there was one thing he said which sort of jarred me and I didn't like. He goes, your neck has been holding up your head all day. I thought, I don't like the thought of that. Is my neck all... And then I was like, now I'm going to worry about my neck holding up my head all day. Then I'm going to start angsting about that as well. It's just like... Well, I thought, why did he have to mention that?
Anxious about the meditation.
Yeah, that wasn't conducive to relaxing.
I used to have this thing, and it's a light.
Oh, you told me about this.
I was going to give it to you at one point.
Yeah,
did you
but
you
said it was too expensive, I think.
I sold it.
Oh, fair enough.
Maybe I was going to lend it to you
at
one point.
Yeah, you were, because I was struggling to think.
Yeah, and it lights up the room, and you breathe in and out with the light. But there is an app, which I saw, which is a similar thing about breathing patterns, which is supposed to sort of force your body into sleep.
It does help. It does help to slow down your breathing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're on to the lockdown episode. Have you got notes on this one?
No, but I can remember it. So I haven't got any notes for the next couple of episodes.
Overall,
but if anything, it will speed us up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Overall, were you let down or were you satisfied by the lockdown?
Were you let down or locked down? By the shutdown.
Yeah. The shutdown.
I was let down. Do you know why?
Oh, shit.
Do you know why I was let down?
Go on.
Because...
Lasted 5 minutes?
Oh, by the way, the housemates have already been told about coronavirus. Why haven't you shown us that?
Oh.
We want to know, we want to see that raw reaction, which you can only get in Big Brother. The fact that you're shut away and you get this massive piece of news from the outside world. Like, we saw it in Canada and it was fascinating to watch.
That's true.
We saw it in Germany through a series of pictures and it was still fascinating to watch. But we didn't get to see that from Australia. We got them called into the diary room to say the production's compromised.
I know why, because they already knew about coronavirus before they went in, didn't they? Hadn't it started to... Wasn't it?
I don't think...
No, because it can't have been, because it was that long ago, can it? When did they film this bloody show?
Well, if you consider it's only 30 days or whatever, they told them it was like day 27 where they told them about the crew member. I feel like it was happening in March, right? They probably went in just before we were like conscious of it, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe they were aware. What is really hard to get a grasp on in Australia, in this version, I find, is the timeline. Because we see what we think would happen in a week, in a day, but also how many days is that in real time, I don't know.
But isn't that the same with Big Brother US? Or is that...
Possibly, but Big Brother US seems to go on forever. And they're like...
It does, yeah.
And now in Australia, they're like, oh, you know, I was in the house for 30 days and it was a real pressure cooker. And I'm like, that's not very long for Big Brother.
That's nothing.
That's like half of a Big Brother.
BBUS is 90 days.
Yeah, and your average UK is probably 100 now. Well, actually, probably not.
There is no average UK anymore. I hate to break it to you. It's over.
But originally it was 64 days, wasn't it? That was the staple Big Brother. And then it went up to like 92
length for
or
a Big Brother. No one wants to watch it for 3 months. People get fed up.
You say that, but I think 64 days is quite short now. Because we got used to it
But
being
by
longer.
the end of BBUS, when it's 90 days, you're like... But I think it's because of the people, though. It's like, just make this fucking programme end.
Yeah. And it's also,
don't let Paul be in the final 2 again.
For me, it's the format of that show as well.
Oh, shut up. Don't talk rot.
It's a bit stale.
Oh, you won't be doing covering BB22 with me
No.
then? Yes, you fucking will.
Here's my resignation.
You're already resigning from too many things this week.
No.
JK.
I get to go back to work, actually.
We're both kind of maybe on the shit list work-wise. TBC.
Yeah, I just think that it's really hard to get a grip of what the actual timescales are, but also in the scheme of Big Brother, it's not very long.
No, it's not.
So, yeah, maybe they did know about Corona beforehand, but Big Brother, or Sonia said that Big Brother has told them about it, so maybe they weren't. But also, if they were told, I just think that's something I want to see, because it's like one of those unique moments, like when Federico told the housemates that Michael Jackson died.
Yeah, very flippantly.
Yeah, like, you'll never get that back. That innocence being broken. It's very uniquely Big Brother, and we didn't get to see it.
That's true. I just thought it was just too short.
I knew it was going to be, though. I said this last week. I said we'll see about 5 minutes.
It was like Angela with the bunker. But they do really good adverts to these things. Like, you think, oh, that's going to be good. And then you watch it, you're like, oh.
Like a horror film.
It was cool. Like the
Like
shots of
dead
them
set.
like looking directly, because you don't normally see housemates looking directly into the camera.
No.
Unless it's in the diary room. So like them like looking into the camera, it's like, oh, hello.
All those
It's
shots were kind of in the show, but they've been seen in the trailer. It's like when you watch a trailer for a film,
yeah,
and all the good
ruins
bits are in it.
That's why I don't watch trailers.
No, me
I
neither.
don't read anything about a film before I go and see it.
Yeah, I really try hard to avoid them.
I went to see Get Out, and I didn't know anything about it.
That must have been
I didn't know if it was a horror.
so exciting.
Didn't know anything about it, and I was just like, whoa. So I was just like,
It's the
whoa.
best way.
So good. Right, let's see.
But I did like the idea of the fact that they were just left for a few days, and
So what do you think they did during those few days?
well,
Because there were still certain cameras that could see what they were doing.
Yeah, and
but that would have been a great opportunity to go off and have a shag. If you were Chad and Sophie, right?
absolutely.
Do you think they did? You're not,
Isn't it
so
contractually not obliged?
But why
I
she
mean,
was in
obliged to not
bed
do
with her
it?
top off?
Also, those are single beds that they're sleeping in.
Why has she always
How
got
can
a
you fit
top
in a single
off?
bed with Chad?
Did you notice?
Yeah, it's blurred.
Yeah, blurred, but not for the other housemates.
Oh, maybe no one else was in the bedroom at that point.
Oh, maybe. I just think if I was in the Big Brother house, I would not have my top off ever, not even in the
Also,
shower.
You'd just think like, oh, there's people behind the walls looking at me with my top off.
Maybe
as well.
it's just like an exhibitionist. Some people just don't.
Maybe.
Some people just don't care. But
And some people get very
myself.
comfortable in the environment.
Mm.
I mean, it's not really been since Big Brother 1 that we've seen housemates shower naked in our Big Brother, but it used to happen.
Yeah, there's always a lot of nudity in Big Brother. I just think, oh my god, I would not be walking around Big Brother house. Not that she's walking around, but even in bed with no top off. Especially if you were in bed with Chad with no top off and you're not allowed to have sex. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of tension
hot.
you don't need.
Maybe it's hot in the house. Yeah, you're right.
Well, how can it be with no ceiling and all those possums watching on? Looking on.
But also, their showers are not visible at all, are they? We don't actually see people shower.
No.
Like, in the trailer, they feature the showers, and they're like open actually. But I never see anyone actually showering.
We
Do they
saw
show
someone, yeah, only when they had that task where they had to go and catch that ball when they were in the shower. Do you remember they called them in?
Sarah ran out
yeah,
with one
that
boob
was
in
it.
her hand.
Yeah, Sarah's got really nice boobs.
Was she clothed or was she in a bikini
A
showering?
towel, I think.
I thought they had cubicles. That's the toilets, isn't it? It looks like they've got a lot of toilets in that house.
It's like a
school.
nightclub toilet. Yeah, it's
Like
weird.
4 toilets each side or something.
Weird.
It's too many toilets.
I don't need that
for
many
Big Brother house.
toilets. It removes the tension.
Do you know what Big Brother referenced this week, which we haven't seen before?
No.
The storeroom.
Oh.
Yeah, there is a storeroom. I want to see that storeroom.
You're not allowed.
So anyway, during this shutdown...
Lockdown. No, shutdown.
Yeah, well, they call it the shutdown. Don't know why. Basically...
Pulling some weird faces.
Basically, they were running on the essential staff only.
Yeah.
So they just left the fixed cameras. That was the only bit that would capture the action. So I suppose you'd imagine that the house is pretty well covered by those fixed cameras.
Yeah. But there got to have been some stuff there. What if there was like a medical emergency or something?
Yeah, I think there was.
But I noticed one person wasn't there.
Sonny.
Well,
The
yeah.
housemate.
No.
Sally? Who was it?
Guessing game. Big Brother. Or the Big Brother voice
No,
wasn't there.
Was he not?
There was one bit where they
Did
did
the diary room work?
Yeah, there was one bit and it weren't him.
They went
And I
to the-
thought maybe he's the one with the friend with Corona. Maybe it's him.
Oh, the voice of Big Brother
Yeah,
got Corona.
his friend.
The friend. Did they go to the diary room and
Yeah, it was a
talk
different
to?
voice.
Really?
Yeah, but it was a Big Brother. It was a Big Brother voice, but it weren't.
Did it have the effect of Big
No.
Brother? Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I
want to go
caught
back and
it.
see that.
I caught it.
That's probably who Sophie wanted to get. Who is it? Who was it that was contesting that result and they went get someone else? It
Oh,
was
Sophie,
right?
yeah.
Yes, they wanted to speak to that person.
Oh, Karen. I'm not over that Karen. I only found out about that Karen thing
Last
last week.
week.
I'm over it already. It's annoying the fuck out of me. I don't think that's an English thing. I think that's an American thing.
Oh, it's definitely come out of America.
Yeah, we don't need that over here.
Too late, we got it.
What's wrong with that cat?
Jess Glynn is being called Karen now, isn't she? You see this?
No.
Jess Glynn tried to get into the restaurant in London
Oh, yeah.
called Sexy Fish. And she was wearing a hoodie and she got turned away.
Good.
So she took a picture of herself in the mirror and said, like, I wasn't allowed in Sexy Fish because they looked me up and down and I felt like I was, I don't know, whatever. And she said, this is discrimination. So it's because she said it's discrimination.
Why?
Everyone
She's
has
got
come
red hair.
for her. Because it's like,
Oh, the
she was
hoodie.
discriminated against because of how she was dressed.
Oh,
People are
right.
like, if you think that's discrimination, like,
Just take your
you
hoodie
don't
off.
even know what
Take your hoodie off,
discrimination
then you're
is.
sorted. Have you ever heard her sing live? She can't fucking sing either.
She supported the Spice Girls, so when
think-
I arrived, she was singing.
I think she's diabolical.
She's alright.
She can get over there with Jessie J and just fuck off as far
Jessie
as
J's
I'm
a good
concerned.
singer, you know.
Oh, yeah, but what about as a person?
Well, I don't know. Her
Imagine her
personally.
in the Big Brother. Oh, we kind of had it with Amelia, didn't we?
I think you're going to say
Amelia!
that. The other girl with all the tattoos, Lucy, someone. She was in the one we went into the house the first time.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is. Lucy who?
Was it Lucy?
Oh.
She was a bit of a bitch.
Oh.
Big lips.
Oh. Oh, I don't know.
Really dark hair, tattoos. With Sarah Harding. I think she gave Sarah Harding a hard time.
Oh.
Is that Lucy?
Fuck knows. Don't give Sarah Harding a hard time. She's got enough going on.
Is she?
Well, just in general. Old Alky, isn't she?
It's funny because we thought that Nick, what's it called? Nick someone was James Whale the other day. And Alfie,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
all Well, we post this podcast and Alfie listens to it and he comes to us with all the corrections that need to be made every time.
Footnote. We wish to apologise for our mistakes we made last
But I
week.
like
Imagine
it.
if we did that at the start, it'd be like half an hour of the things we got wrong.
Yeah, like when they correct something in an article, they have to post it on the internet.
Yeah, it's like we need to
On the 12th of
apologise.
June, we corrected this information to
We
this
need
information.
to apologise to James Whale. It was actually, was it?
Nick Hewer or something.
Oh,
No, that's not even his
it was
name,
that
is it?
loan, that banking scandal guy,
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Nick something. Oh, what the
Nick
fuck?
something. Is it not Hewer?
Anyway, they were like the
It's like
same
the guy from The
person. They
Apprentice.
were basically the same person, so it's fine.
Yeah, Nick Whale.
Nick the bank robber. So anyway, Sonia goes, the decision has been made to pause the game. We've seen her say that on the advert, like you said. Housemates were called to the diary room. Did you think this was a weird choice that they were called to the diary room? Or was it just because there was a camera in the diary room that they could all look at?
Yeah, I think that actually, from a production point of view, it was the best way to capture all of their reaction. Because they're all just stood in front of the camera, aren't they?
You couldn't catch your Dan because his head was cut off.
Oh, well,
There's no loss.
small mercies.
So the Big Brother said there have been 1,000 cases of coronavirus.
They were shooting all these questions at Big
I
Brother,
know.
and Big Brother was coming up with the answers. I was thinking,
Google.
why is this like a Q&A with Big Brother? Like, Big Brother should tell the information that Big Brother wants to give. And they're like, how many cases in Europe?
Yeah.
Big Brother suddenly goes like, there are 32,000 cases in
Yeah.
Europe, or whatever. As if it's Siri. Like, hey, Big Brother.
And then they said California and New York are in complete lockdown.
Why?
Like, who cares? That's not affecting Australia.
And then they're like, oh, we're going to let you call your family.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah, I remember
then-
it. Hold on. What do you think about that?
What? Like,
Let them call the family.
It's too much.
No, I disagree. I think it's...
You think on a global pandemic you should be given a phone call home?
Yeah, I do, because
No,
you'd be
soft
terrified.
touch.
No, you'd be terrified. You'd be absolutely terrified.
Yeah, you would.
Do you
Especially
actually
with that
believe
music,
what- do
especially
you
with that music for the shutdown.
Do you actually believe what you're saying, or are you just trolling?
Part of me believes that part of me doesn't.
That's
Not ever
good.
committed to my own belief.
Glad you cleared that up.
Part of me is like, they've just had a phone. Well, Dan has just had a
Oh,
phone call. He
God.
doesn't need another one.
No, like you've had yours for the whole series.
Exactly.
But I felt like during
Didn't they
these...
just have letters from home the other day?
Yeah. But this is an actual... Like, are the family safe? You know, where are you?
No, all they need, as in Canada, is to be told by Big Brother your family are okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what happened in Canada.
That's true.
And then they shut down production.
That's true. But I found, with these phone calls, I felt like I learnt more about the housemates through these phone calls than I'd learnt in the previous 3 weeks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, didn't you? Like,
Oh,
like...
it was about the Netherlands and Sophie. And in the
Partly.
Netherlands, you've got to take a pass to go to the supermarket or something like that, apparently. It
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like fucking
fuck that.
District 9, whatever it is in the Hunger Games.
And then Sarah said, "Is this as bad as chicken pox?"
Oh, fucking
And
dumbass.
Dan said, "Way worse. Countries are shut down. The government may lose $1 billion." What's he care about?
I was
How much
like,
money
how
the
is Dan
government...
the chief economic advisor of the Australian government? He doesn't know what $1 billion is. And that he pulled that fucking figure out of his arsehole.
Move over. What's his face?
Yeah,
Sunak.
Sunak.
Is his name Rish or something?
Rishi Sunak, yeah.
We've
Do you
got
know
a
what
new...
Sunak means?
No.
So, I think it's probably the same meaning. It's a Sanskrit word, which means beautiful nails. And it's what they call a dog in Thai language as formally, because they say a dog has got beautiful nails, and I'm like, well, I don't think a dog really has.
How? What the fuck? I've never seen any such thing.
So I think that's the name.
Dog with a manicure.
Whenever I hear of Rishi Sunak, I think about dogs.
Have you looked at his nails?
No,
Any good?
probably pristine.
Oh yeah, I put scary music over the top. So Sarah called her boyfriend Nathan, and it sounds like he works in a supermarket.
Oh, because she mentioned it by name.
Yeah.
How's it going down? Coles or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck?
I didn't write notes and I remember this.
Product placement for Coles. What the
Big
hell?
Brother Australia does not give a fuck about brand names,
No.
placement or anything.
I thought her boyfriend looked quite nice.
What about raspberry bullets? Did you hear that the other day?
No, what's that?
They're like, oh, don't forget to get some chocolate raspberry bullets.
Oh, was that
And then I
product
saw them eating
placement?
them out of the packet and it said bullets on the front.
Oh, fuck that one. So, good news. Sarah's boyfriend is at Will and Alana's house and he's playing Monopoly, so it's all good.
Was he on video call?
No.
You said he
but
looked
that's what
attractive.
there was a photo of him,
Oh,
apparently. And, yeah, a plug for Coles I've written here.
and Monopoly.
Yeah, he said he'd been working... Monopoly don't need the advertising. Especially not during lockdown. And then
You know what? That's not like a Big Brother Monopoly, a Big Brother edition of
that'd
Monopoly.
be good. I'd like to get like Breaking Bad Monopoly or something. Anyway,
That definitely exists.
it's a
Probably.
bit past its time. And then Sarah said, "Now,
Yeah.
tell me, would you address your boyfriend in this fashion? Dude, I miss you so much."
No, but mate. I would say mate.
Dude.
Not dude.
I know
Yeah,
Dan says mate a lot, but I think calling your boyfriend mate is weird as fuck as well. Sometimes I accidentally call Jack mate by accident, or it's like I accidentally call you babe by accident. And then you're like, oh, something's gone wrong.
It's like when you're
Glitch.
in school and you absolutely tell your teacher you love them.
I'll call them mum.
Yeah, I'll call them mum. That's it. Not I love them. Yeah, it's definitely mum.
But if you call
Or
say your teacher you love them, that's really bad. That's
No,
double
definitely
trouble.
mum was a better example. But it's like maybe if you hung up on the phone
Yeah.
to someone, you went love you or something.
Yeah,
by
or in an
mistake.
email, you put too many kisses on a work email. I just thought that was really weird.
Dan and I used to call each other mate a lot when we started our relationship.
Yeah.
But we less so now, I'd say.
No, you were past the mate stage, I'd say. Oh.
We're now on to mating.
Hold on, ain't mating like
Reproduction.
conceiving, yeah.
Well, we're trying very hard.
So then, I put this humanised Sarah to me. So there you go. I know
Fair
you
enough.
can care less.
Can I have some of those?
Yeah.
I know that you don't
Can you
really
eat them
agree.
quietly, please? Can you just suck them?
This is product placement on the pod.
It's what are they? It's
Raspberry bullets from Coles.
They're actually Dairy Milk white chocolate buttons.
Are these new? Oh, yeah, they are
I
new.
don't
It's a
know.
big
Oh,
label
it
that
says new on there, but they've been in my fridge for about 2 months.
Years.
Let's just get the dust off them. So then, Marissa said COVID came from a rat. Did you notice
Wrong.
that?
False information. What did it come from?
A bat.
But also there's another thing as well.
Oh,
That animal with the armour.
animal cruelty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that, what is it? Not like an
forgot
armadillo.
what it's called.
Yeah, it's got a weird name,
Not
that's
civet.
why. Yeah. I hope that they stop doing that animal cruelty on those markets now.
Well, they did actually ban the
The
wild
wet
animal
markets.
trade. Not wet markets.
Oh,
surely.
they did. They banned wet
Yeah.
markets
Oh,
off
for a while.
bit, yeah.
And that's the thing. They made it unlawful to deal in those animals for a while, and then
good.
they lifted that ban, and then now look where we are. But my barber thinks it's man-made, and I was like, come on.
Oh, not that old. Does he think it's from 5G?
Probably.
And fucking fuck that. I can't even look at those pictures of those markets. When it comes on telly, I have to switch it off.
It's the thing. He said to me, "Oh, I think it's man-made." And I'm like, he's like, "This is a new warfare because we can't use nuclear anymore as well, biological warfare." So it's pretty much knocked everyone sideways. So it's a bit of a mistake.
Who set out there? Because every
Exactly.
country was affected. So.
He goes, "Oh, I think America's got something to do with it because they're always talking about Trump's always calling it Chinese virus."
Oh yeah.
Um,
God, yeah.
but I was like,
Ludicrous.
having lived in Asia and
Yeah.
been to wet markets myself,
Yeah.
not where they have those type of animals, but
No.
I've seen the conditions of that type of environment, and I can well believe that a virus can easily get around.
I wouldn't even go on holiday somewhere where it would have animal cruelty like that now. I just can't stomach it. And when people post things on Facebook, if you know people post things on Facebook, like, I don't know, hunters
Dogs
killing
in a cage or
elephants
whatever.
and shit, and I just think, if you actually liked animals, you wouldn't be able to look at that picture. Do you know what I mean? It's just too much. I know that's really cowardly of me, but that's how I feel.
But you
about
need the
it.
shock tactics to
I
make
know,
people
but
know.
those shock tactics don't work. Remember when we were teenagers? Actually, you weren't teenagers at the same time as me, and you used to walk down the high street, and there'd be those people from Peter there with all the, rabbits with makeup in their eyes and shit like that. Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, they used to in Northampton. You used to be all the time, the stores with all the pictures of monkeys in cages and all that.
Maybe,
and it used
actually,
to really
yeah.
scare the
Because
shit
remember,
out of you.
I was in Northampton as well as a kid.
Oh yeah, and it used to scare the shit out of me, and then I got into all that. But now I couldn't even pick up a leaflet that looked like that. I've got a lot more sensitive in my old age. I
I
actually
don't believe it. But
I've got too sensitive. I'm a fucking mess. Anyway, Sophie rang her family in the Netherlands. They have to get passes to go to the shop, as you said. Chad offered Sophie a place to stay and then took his shirt off.
oh, hang on a minute! I've just remembered when he said that because she was worried about not being able to get back.
Yeah.
They used that rousing piano music over the top of it, and I got a bit emotional. I welled up. I said to Dan, I don't know why that Chad offering.
Fucking hell.
I was like, Chad offering Sophie a bed, combined with that music, it's just made me get a bit emotional.
Oh my god, what the fuck? He just wants to get his end away.
I don't know.
What
Just
about
thought
when
it
he
was
took
so
his
touching.
shirt off? Did that add to it, or?
No, I didn't notice. I don't know. I was just emotional that, like, oh, Sophie, she's got nowhere to go.
Oh, come on.
She can go to Chad's house.
Oh, come on. Anyway, Chad's brother seemed rather,
What, blasé about the
yeah,
situation?
but he's like, oh, you're going to have to give up the international modelling now, mate. You have to go work on the construction
Was that his
site
brother? I
again.
thought it was his dad. So, yeah, going to construction full time,
Yeah.
mate.
Oh, no
And
more of that posing
like,
for
oh,
photos,
no.
mate.
Chad's like, oh, no, I can't go on my contract. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking, if you have to fly Chad across the world to photograph him, like, if you haven't got a man that looks good enough to take a picture, why are you flying Chad, of all people, like, from Australia?
I mean, he looks good, but he doesn't look that good.
Oh, did you notice Chad's tattoo this week?
No.
He's got his own name tattooed on his leg.
Oh, bless him.
So you don't fucking forget it.
Having it so
Hang on a minute, let me check my leg. Chad.
And then Chad was like, oh yeah, my modelling contract. I'm like, oh God, shut up, Chad. Do you really? I won't be able to get to LA or Milan. It's like, oh, calm down. I don't
also,
believe that he's really.
Has he
doing
not
that.
heard of email? Take a picture in Australia and send it.
We should look at Chad's Instagram and see how good he looks in these photos.
Which one did we get sent pictures of naked at the start? Was it Chad?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, if so, can we dig those out?
Lorcan sent them to us.
Oh, Lorcan, can you send us that, please?
It's in our inbox.
Oh,
Big
never
Red
mind,
Blast
Lorcan.
inbox.
We've got all we need. Anyway, Matt spoke to his girlfriend Jessica,
Matt.
and he
Matt.
said, he said,
Matt with the one T. Was that why it's so short when you said it? Matt.
yeah, like I'm quite finished
Oh,
saying
Broken
it.
Hill. I knew nothing would be different down Broken
no
Hill.
cases in Broken Hill,
No.
mate. No, it can't penetrate the broken.
Untouchable down
No,
Broken
it
Hill.
can't get through the hills.
No.
Oh, it can though, because they're broken.
I knew life would be normal down in Broken Hill.
Fucking Broken Hill can do.
Salt of the earth.
If you listen to this and you live in Broken Hill, we hate you.
I ain't got Wi-Fi in Broken Hill.
So then, Kieran's mum asked him about his weight. Don't piss people off too much. Dan called his ex. I've written his ex because I'm just being petty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anna, which we
notice he got the last phone call. Dan is 100% winning the show.
Well, if the public decide him.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, he's 100% getting to the final three then.
He's the centre of the story. He's Big Brother's fucking golden boy.
But
like, why Anna constantly? Doesn't he want to speak to his mum or his dad or someone in his family to see if they're okay?
No, because he wants to fake propose to his girlfriend in the dining room and cry.
God, didn't he say he wants to spend his life with her and like, they're going to get a house together or something?
With a white picket fence.
Escalated quickly. They were like
broken up.
He was trying to rekindle. He didn't even say relationship at the start, and now he's like, "Oh, my girlfriend Anna." Like 30 days later, like it's only been 30 fucking days.
He's got Big Brother brain. Once he gets out and a couple of women bat their eyelashes at him, he'll be off. So then,
What about Talia?
So then there was speculation as if the show would be shut down.
Interesting, isn't it, that Australia managed to carry on, but Canada didn't.
Yeah, because Australia was earlier, wasn't it?
It was earlier, yeah.
Yeah. It was. It must have been wrapped by end of March.
I
right?
feel like, to be honest with you, if the actual real world timelines, probably at the time when Big Brother Canada shut down, is probably the time that Big Brother Australia was going through this.
I reckon Australia must have maybe finished a couple of weeks before, but who knows? Who knows? And quite frankly, who cares?
But what the point is that Big Brother production has continued through the virus and is continuing now. Like, I think Brazil are currently shooting. Like, there's housemates in Big Brother houses, and they've been allowed to continue. So it's a shame that Canada, I don't know, the government maybe forced it to shut down because it wasn't an essential workplace. But like, it could have run with the minimal cameras like Australia potentially, and not being the game element, but just like observational for a bit.
Especially the time we got a decent cast for once.
Exactly.
Thanks
and
a
now
lot, coronavirus.
the cast that survives is the Australia one. Is a bit crap.
Ugh, a bit. And then, what is happening with BB22? Do you know? You said you had some scuttlebutt on it. Go on.
Some busybody was posting pictures from like across the road from the Big Brother house on Twitter, and I was lucky enough to see them the other day.
Is that the same person who stands outside the house and shouts, "Get someone else"?
Outside our Big Brother.
No, but you know when they shout shit over the wall. Well, they do it on ours, and
do you not remember that guy that used to go to the evictions? That big guy that used to shout something every time. It used to get right on my nerves. Get someone else! Shut up, mate. I saw these pictures
Go on.
by the grace of the liked by your
yeah.
liked in your network function,
Yeah.
which we know and love.
I like that. No, I don't like that. I like the one where it says like at the top, like Lorcan's posted, Laurie's posted, and then you can click on it.
Yeah,
You
it
don't
goes,
see it, but you can click on it, like if it's someone of interest. If it's like someone shit like that, I like J.K. Rowling person. You're like, no.
Anyway, these were liked by James, BB Team North, our friends at Julie Cut Pod.
Oh, well, that's
Shut
guaranteed
up.
to be good stuff.
Oh, good intel.
He's
Anyway,
got
there
good shit.
were pictures from across the road, and this guy was like, this person was like, some guys are like going into this cabin outside the Big Brother house. Like, that's proof that something's happening and a new season's on the way. And then it was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these pipes outside the Big Brother house are new.
What the fuck?
Like from the garden or something. Probably going to put the sludge in for the, what's that thing that talks to them? Veto.
Oh,
OTEV. The OTEV comp. Anyway, there are rumours
Yes.
abound, is that the word?
Yes.
Abound, that some All-Star housemates have already gone into sequester, including Dave One.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Big Brother, I'm just looking now. Big Brother Season 22 will feature all-star cast happening, and it's happening despite Corona.
Potentially happening within weeks.
I'm going to read this article. It's on TMZ. TMZ. What a pedant.
And apparently there was a CBS like schedule where there was going to be some sort of announcement about Big Brother came out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's happened or not yet.
It doesn't say anything about who the all-star cast will be. Oh, past winner confirms all-stars. Okay. I'd actually...
What I'm concerned about
is that I'll find out.
Within a couple of weeks we're going to have to start watching that as well.
Well, you don't have to. But what else
What
you
if it
got
turns
on?
out good?
Of course it's going to be good. It's the only thing on.
Always bad.
It's not. Just the ones you've seen and shit. Honestly, it's really good.
The only good US Big Brother so far that I've watched are the celebrity ones.
I'm watching the Big Brother 3 US
Yeah,
with
I'm
Jack,
not
and
gonna do
he's
that.
loving it. No, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying, we got an option for another person. No, I'm just kidding. But he's watching it, and it's real slow burn, like old school BB UK, but it's so good. The characters are so good.
Do you know what? I'd actually I'd be interested in watching the first US Big Brother when it was the actual format. Sorry, that's not Big Brother, as the Big Brother people told me last week on Twitter.
Oh, these people.
These people.
People.
Kieran said that this week. Put me through hell.
Kieran. Do you think Kieran's got a chance of winning it?
No.
I've lost my place on my notes now. Right.
Phone calls from home. Dan spoke to Anna.
Okay. Yeah, so...
You know what's going to happen next, don't you? Probably not, actually, because of Corona, but I was going to say, they might bring her in for a task or whatever.
Oh, for God's sake.
Like Rex's girlfriend.
That was iconic. How much everyone hated her and how much of a cunt she was. And she put herself at the front of that thriller task. Well, never forget.
They didn't put Thriller on the Big Brother playlist, though. I wonder why.
Those are good times. Why can I remember that? And I can't remember actual useful things I need to remember. It's so annoying.
They are useful things.
No, they're not.
Part of our cultural heritage.
Is that appropriation? Oh, Taron was moaning on his podcast about the Mexican fiesta, saying why they're still doing this stuff. But
You're allowed to theme a
people
meal.
weren't wearing
Fuck
like
off.
moustaches and going Arriba, were
No,
they?
that's bollocks. You're allowed to have a Mexican meal and theme it.
I thought so. I thought he was being rather touchy.
Taron's such a fucking...
He's a killjoy, isn't he?
Upstart.
I
Is that the
know.
word?
No,
Uptight. He's uptight.
He is uptight.
I don't even know this man.
And then I was listening to Sister Speak, and they were talking about the Mexican fiesta, and just going, "Oh, that food looks so good." I thought that's more like it. It's funny, isn't it? Just the different way people approach
I don't know why
things.
people want to whinge about everything. Do you know what?
I know, just shut up. He was moaning
feel-
about something else as well. Hygiene or... this
Tell
fucking
you what, that is
manure
fake
task.
woke.
that
Mature.
manure task, he will be all over that. Again, I've not heard it yet, obviously, because we've not done our podcast yet. We're doing it as we speak. But he'll be like, oh, it's so unhygienic, blah, 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 blah. Which,
Yeah, Big Brother is a bit gross sometimes.
Yeah, God.
Look at the fish guts.
Oh, it's exactly. I was sure there was going to be fish guts in one of those.
Me too.
rooms.
And when they were
100%.
going on about the smell, Dan was like, Dan mentioned
Yeah.
like, oh, is that
Yeah.
from, I don't know, some dinner or something?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's probably the fish guts in that room. I said that.
So did you notice that Big Brother had given them games to play?
Oh, like when you do wet play at school and you get like the board games out.
Yeah, they were playing Uno, I noticed.
Oh, no, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uno. They should have had a Hasbro Games night. That'd be a throwback.
On BB3 they've got games and they've got books and magazines, which is just
Old school.
Obscene.
Any instruments?
Someone did have a bong. I know that was on Big
bongos.
Brother Australia that I watched an old one. Someone had a bongos. I was like, I'm switching this off. So I put, it's weird seeing them all shot from far away angles. Not really. The game is back on from tomorrow morning.
Short-lived.
That guy has not got coronavirus.
They were waiting for the result, weren't they?
They were all waiting for the result. They thought the show was going to be cancelled. They're like, no, sadly.
Big Brother should have been like, and they tested, and then, tension music. Negative.
So then Chad said, oh, that'll be a double elimination then, start packing. That's a good point, actually.
There's not been a double yet, and then there's got to be.
Okay.
Don't you think? Can't do a whole series of Big Brother and not have a double.
No. So then Chad said in the DR, Corona has raised the stakes for this game. I have one chance to win 250 grand and I need it because he can't go on his modelling contract.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
I've written, hopefully he'll engage his brain then.
What brain?
Good luck. Day 30, the game was back on. Kieran was going, I'm officially the cockroach. They seem to be having a rather big breakfast in the garden, like a big feast in the garden.
Do you remember the Big Breakfast theme tune?
No, but I do remember the big breakfast.
Oh, wasn't that the anniversary breakfast?
Oh, was it?
Yes, Chad and Sophie's anniversary, no? Or not?
Oh, no, this was all the housemates having a big breakfast.
Oh, yeah, they came outside. Was it when there was a barbecue?
Was it after Corona? Perhaps to celebrate.
Post-Corona breakfast, wasn't it? We've all been there.
So then they were talking about the layout of the house. So like, there's the alphas, there's the rest, and then Marissa and Kieran are the two swing votes.
Oh, yeah, they hold the power now, do they?
Yeah, apparently. I'm not sure
that got us.
I'm not sure they do. So then, I've just lost one place on the notes.
Do you know, I hate the way they big up their parts. Like even Sarah was like, oh, and in intros they do it like, everything hinges on me.
It's bollocks. Kieran is waiting for someone to ask him if they need the numbers. Oh yeah, that was Kieran going on about how he's a great strategist, blah blah blah. I've put Kieran will probably go with the alphas because he's desperate to be liked.
I have got massive problems with the whole misfits. Anyone that was ever a misfit, anyone that wasn't an alpha, they're so short-sighted.
They're dumb.
They can't see beyond the day in front of them, and they don't. No one has clocked that they need to come together as the misfits to confront Dan and Matt. They're the two that you need to break up, but they're always predisposed or just thinking about something else, like, oh, it's Casey and
all it took.
Who was it? Casey and someone else they were targeting this week.
Marissa.
No, Sophie was like, I need to get Casey out because Casey's coming from me. Okay, I understand that, but like, honestly, your biggest threat in the game is Matt and Dan.
You know why? Because just before that musical chairs, Dan goes to Chad, final four, us. And that was it. That was all it took.
Stupid.
That was all it took. And Chad's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like what we were saying before. Whoever the last person they speak to, they just go with.
Exactly. But even Marissa and Kieran should be saying to the others, look, we need to get together to get these two out. Marissa,
what a weird person. At least we've got our photo for the episode sorted out.
We need a better definition though.
Weird. No, did you notice there was another shot of it on the next episode? It was at the start of Marissa with a bin bag. Yeah, that was a good one.
What did she put in there?
Sorry, but you don't take the bins out when you're fucking getting evicted.
It must have been her belongings she couldn't fit in a case. A wet towel or something. I don't know.
Taking the fucking... That's quite funny.
By the way, the lasagna's ready in the fridge. And some sunflowers are hot.
It's just like, they're fucking adults. They're not your children.
It's quite sweet though. It's actually like a
I know, but it's the last thing Kieran needs. He needs to learn to do something for himself. Anyway.
Probably eat less lasagna.
So then, the alphas are after Sophie now. Kieran said about Chad, he's not won anything. Chad said there's already strat talks going on. Strat talks. That's what we should call our podcast, except for it's not.
Taryn should call his.
Yeah. Strat chat. And Sarah said, I think Xavier is the ringleader and the brains behind the bunch.
Did you notice that they called him Xavier?
Chad did.
And Casey.
I've noticed some other people saying it too on podcasts. Someone from Sister Speak. But some were saying it right and some weren't. Maybe some people do say it that way.
Probably they do.
Probably Xavier would say, if not. Maybe it's like one of those that you can say either way. Like either.
I suppose.
Maybe. Who knows? It's his name. It's his problem. And as Sarah was saying, he's the brains behind it. They focused in on Xavier's T-shirt, which said "Intimidator Tour."
Oh,
the back.
yeah.
Did you notice
They
that?
did in the kitchen. Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
9 days till the end of Big Brother was.
I was thinking,
here.
God, that's not much time, and a
No.
lot of people left.
Bring it on.
Surely it's extended because of the shutdown, though. Do you not think?
No, apparently it got shortened, and they did an eviction every day as opposed to every couple of days.
Yeah,
So then there was a task where
oh, yeah.
something was hidden.
Oh,
around
the
house.
token, the veto, the secret veto.
The hidden immunity idol, as they say on Survivor.
Yeah,
The eye token.
yeah.
Do you think that was a good spot to hide it?
It was a bit obvious, wasn't it? Didn't you think? It's a bit plain sight. It was literally behind glass.
I thought it was high up, but it wasn't even,
No,
was
it's like
it?
waist level. It's like that pot plant that I knocked over
Amateur hour.
in the celebrity house. Yeah, I thought they were going to upturn the house like the old
Yeah,
BB US
that's exactly
competition.
what I've written here. Hide and go veto.
Yeah, exactly.
Hide and go veto. Should we have a break? I need a wee. We've been going for an hour and 15 minutes.
Talking about absolutely nothing. Okay.
Oh well.
No, we have talked
it's
about it a
better
lot.
than nothing.
All right, let's come back in a sec.
Better than it's literally just better than nothing.
Come on, let's get going.
So I
Welcome
use
back.
this
Do you know what I was thinking about? Speaking of Rishi Sunak,
yeah.
did you see Boris Johnson the other day announce like our special trade deal with Australia that we've created?
Oh, a special trade deal with Australia. What are we trading, mate?
Well, it's a ridiculous fucking press announcement that he did, a conference or whatever it was, at a lectern. And he goes, I'm happy to announce that the British public will no longer have to pay over the odds for these delicious Tim Hortons Tim Tams biscuits.
Fuck
And
off.
we'll be able to now trade penguins with Australia, and they'll be able to send Tim Tams to us.
Are you joking?
You know what the fucking problem with that is, Boris? Penguins are the British version of Tim Tams.
No,
Tim
the same
Tams
thing.
are the Australian versions of penguins. So British people don't want Tim Tams any more than Australian people want penguins because they've got their own.
Boris Johnson concentrating on this of all matters at the
Exactly.
What
And then
the fuck?
he's like, oh, yes, and we'll be able to import that delicious Australian wine with the smaller tax levy or whatever. And then he's like,
Fuck.
and we'll be able to send Vegemite to Marmite to Australia, and they'll send Vegemite here. It's like, again, it's the same thing, and they don't
He
want...
doesn't know.
Oh, fucking
He doesn't know
knobheads.
because he's posh, does he? That was a good Pojo impression, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Support bubble.
Australia is now in our support bubble. But still maintain a 1 metre or so distance.
Also, it should be also instead of plus. That's better. I prefer that. 1 metre.
just
Dot
thought-
dot dot.
Somebody tweeted about that trade deal. They're like,
That's
that's
embarrassing.
added 0.0000000
Yeah.
0.275 to our percent to our economy. Like, it's stupid.
That is the stupidest.
The
thing
one
I've
thing
ever
is, we
heard.
probably want Australian wine cheaper, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But like, so
What is it? Like
just
Yellowtail or something? Is that the Australian one?
Oh, Jacob's Creek or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
But
Jacob's Creek. But what about the Broken Hill wine?
Broken Hill bubbly.
It's delicious.
But like, one thing Australians don't want is Marmite any more than we want Vegemite.
Can I also say I don't even want Marmite, let alone Vegemite, and penguins are absolutely gross. When was the last time you ate a fucking penguin?
Not since I was a child.
Exactly.
Lunchbox.
Exactly, and even then you'd rather have something else.
The only thing was good about it was the fact inside the packet.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that.
Little jokes or facts.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
you see little jokes on the lolly stick.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
I still have that. I'm not. Probably not. I've still got your bloody pink cornettos in the fucking freezer.
strawberry
Can you
cornettos.
eat them? Because there's not much room in that freezer.
Summer's over now.
It doesn't. Summer does appear to be over. What's happened?
Don't know. Weather's fucked.
Absolute shit. Anyway, it's all year summer for us.
Your trade deal for some sunshine.
Right, let's get back
On
on
topic.
track. On topic.
That was relevant. It's
So-
Australian relations.
That's true. So then,
And also, they're going to trade Angela with Cameron. Cameron Cole.
oh right, yeah.
You know, now we can send Cameron Cole to Australia, and they can send Angela from Big Brother.
Thought we were
here.
sending Cameron Stout back to bloody Australia again. Fucking hell.
Good to Africa.
Australia, Africa, same thing. Fucking hell. I didn't mean to say back in that sentence. Come on. Right, so Sarah's cited her height in helping her find the eye token. Okay, whatever. So her
She
power...
walked right into it because she was so short.
Yeah, her power is she can remove one housemate from eviction, which is not a bad
It's just
power.
the veto, isn't it?
It's
Like,
the
that's
veto.
nice to see
It's
the
the
veto come
veto. So then it's up to her if she can share this information or keep it to herself.
What would you have done?
Keep it to myself. I wouldn't
Me
even
too.
say there was a power up, but I don't know. It's just nothing.
No, it was just nothing.
Free
It was just-
meal token or
Yeah,
something.
KFC.
Yeah. Another fucking KFC. So then Matt and Dan were so desperate to know, weren't they? Like trying to get the information out of her. It was annoying. And then Sarah didn't want to tell. Blah, blah.
I thought she should not reveal it because...
It gives the others power.
if the other side know and they put you up, they don't know they've wasted a nomination.
No, exactly. They could, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be
Quite.
bothered to articulate
Quite,
myself, but
yeah.
So Sarah said she didn't want to tell them what it is, but that she doesn't have immunity. But she actually did have immunity. In BBUS, you would not be allowed to do this. Look, this is some real talk here, like you get on Taryn's show.
What would you not be allowed to do?
You're not allowed to make up, like, what the power is. If you win a power...
You can't say it's what it's not.
No.
Oh, that's annoying.
You know why? Because that
Why?
is using production as a strategy.
Oh,
So,
okay.
she said she wasn't immune.
Is this from your own knowledge? Have you
This
heard
is
this
from
somewhere
my-
else?
No, I fucking haven't. Do you think I've listened to podcasts about Big Brother Australia before I've done my own?
All right.
Does that sound like the sort of thing I would do?
No, it doesn't.
No, it don't.
Like, take it all back.
No, I thought it myself. You're not allowed to do that on BBUS using Big... do you know how many fucking episodes of Big Brother US I've watched and how many fucking podcasts I've listened to about it? Have actually absorbed some
Not allowed to
information.
Production as a strategy. That's
Yeah.
silly because
Sometimes it's fun
sometimes
to.
it's good to say, oh, Big
Yeah.
Brother gave me, a drink in a secret room or something.
Yeah.
But actually you were doing, I don't know, something else.
Yeah, or you cobble together like a veto out of like some chicken wire and say, something like that. That would be fun to do, wouldn't it?
Oh, like who was it that had the cereal and pasta stuck on a sheet for their the study board? Remember that?
Oh, it was that.
Tyler.
It could have been. It was, yeah.
Or Paul or someone.
Yeah, some cunt. Anyway, so that wasn't really that interesting, but there you go.
It's interesting to me.
I think Xavier is going. Xavier said he likes having Matt and Dan above him as a meat shield. Well, I didn't say meat shield, but that
Same
was the
thing.
implication. Implication.
Implication.
But Sarah has worked out he's the brains behind the 3. How come it's suddenly gone back up to 3 nominations?
When last week it was 2.
Because Sarah's got
Has
the
a veto.
That
But
made no
that's
sense.
stupid.
I know
It
it's
shouldn't.
stupid.
It shouldn't have done because it would add more drama. So say Sarah was up between 2, someone else has to go on.
But then that person would have to go. Oh, someone else goes up.
Yeah.
Replacement nominee.
As in every BBUS eviction probably ever.
Yeah.
I say that having
The
not
back
seen them
door.
all.
The back
But,
door.
Yeah, so all this was like one person coming down. It kind of like was lower stakes for that reason.
Yeah, because
it
we'd
was just
already
like
had to.
it brings it back down to 2.
Absolutely stupid. Just like this whole programme. So I've put they're making it up as they go along. Dan still trying to find out what the power was. Dan said, I will throw people under the bus if I have to for me and Anna in the diary.
Me and Anna. Fuck off. This is not
Anna's
about
not
Anna.
in the game. There's nothing worse than
Do you know,
someone in
I
Big
hope-
Brother going on about their
I
girlfriend.
hope he gets out and Anna's met someone else.
Yeah, I hope Anna's round someone's house right now, noshing them
Yeah,
off.
Kieran's.
Anna and Hannah. Kira's having the time of his life. Oh,
His tongue is definitely hanging out now.
they're gonna be dissing us in that group chat, I guess. We've got to behave ourselves.
What, the housemate group
Yeah,
chat?
imagine.
I'd love it if they did.
They're like, oh, have you heard this podcast, mate?
These Brits.
Load of old rubbish. So then we had a new challenge introduced. It was, can you remember?
A new challenge. What? Whispering the walking challenge.
I'm trying to make you sound intelligent by whispering the answer to you.
A new challenge? What? Like a shopping task or something?
No, it was not the veto.
The noms
HOH
challenge.
yeah.
HOH.
Or whatever the fuck it is.
It was the
Competition,
one.
what is it? Eviction competition? I don't know.
It was the one where they had to hold that thing with the on the thing, right?
No. Although that is every other one, apart from the domino.
You know, the one where they were shaking and
Sweating.
yeah, it didn't rain though. Was it indoors or outdoors?
It was indoors and outdoors.
Oh, it was the chairs.
Yes.
Musical chairs, but not really musical chairs.
We have had that on BB UK, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah.
No.
We've definitely had musical chairs on some Big Brother I've watched, because I remember watching it. I saw it was on BB UK, you know.
I don't remember that.
Oh. Ooh.
I've got gaps in my BBK knowledge, I will say.
Well, so I've noted from this conversation. Alfie, give us. Alfie, come on. We actually want the footnote here. I'm pretty sure it was BBK they did musical chairs. Can't remember what for.
Maybe musical chairs, but this wasn't actually musical chairs. This was like, they had to get on that big eye. They took all the chairs away in the living room, didn't they? The sofas. And they put that eye platform down because that was the start point.
The
and it
target.
Was like,
Yeah.
pew, pew thing. And it was like,
Chad had a well unfair advantage in that he could jump up the side of that swimming pool.
Sarah couldn't do that.
Exactly. It's well unfair. Not with that height either.
But you say that, but that bit of wall up to the pool does have little footholds sticking out. So
Does it?
Can, like,
But
scrabble
still, if she was scrabbling up, all he'd have to do is go up
you know,
next to her.
Dan nearly died laughing because I said, "Oh, that's a bit of a health and safety risk. That drop at the edge of the pool there, isn't it?" He was like, "Why do you worry about stuff like that?"
Good point. Because of Marriott, that's why.
I just thought, "Oh, that is quite far."
Why do you worry
like
about
a drunk housemate could like accidentally
It's
fall
true.
off of that.
You've got to look after the housemate's well-being.
Yeah.
Tell them not to be so heartless. It's true. This whole one, they could have broken a leg running around.
Yeah.
Sadly, they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
What's your favourite chair that they had out of those? Do you remember the chairs?
There was a throne. There was a blue one. There was one in the hallway. What was that? A car seat or
Yeah,
something?
like a car seat.
I can't remember the others.
It's a
there was
tiny
this
little green
tiny
baby
one, yeah.
chair. I like that. Yeah, the blue one. The blue one. It looked like.
More interesting the chairs and the fucking
Yeah.
housemates lit up.
I like the blue one. It looked like rattan.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit like something you get like in India.
I've got rattan furniture on Animal Crossing.
It doesn't count if it's not real.
Why? Well,
sat
that's sort of rattanish.
I sat
That's wicker.
Yeah, but I sat in on a rattan chair a bit like that. One of my birthdays, went to a bar, it had one, but it wasn't blue. It looked good. They painted it blue.
I went to on holiday. I actually went on holiday earlier this year. Do you remember?
Did you?
Yeah, I went to
Amsterdam.
Fuerteventura or something.
Oh shit! Yeah, you did.
I completely
On the edge
forgot
of,
where I
like,
went.
Spanish island.
Yeah.
It's like the edge of
it's
Africa.
too far. Don't bother going there. Anyway, I actually went on holiday this year. That seems like another lifetime ago.
Can I ask? Did they speak Spanish there? Yes, right.
Yeah, it's Spanish.
Did people look like they were Spanish,
Yeah.
or were they
No,
like black people? Because
no.
isn't it on the edge of Morocco?
Yeah, but it's just all
Colonised
it's just the
and
same
fucking-
as Mallorca. It's just like that. But anyway, the point I was
Previously
making.
been ethnically cleansed, basically.
Yeah, just
Great.
like Australia.
Yeah.
So I sat in one of those chairs that it's on like a hook.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you sit in those, it goes dung, like nearly fucking hits the ground, or maybe that's just me. It's like
What
got
you're
the
doing,
butt.
Alison Hammond on it.
Yeah, but those chairs, I was thinking, I want to go sit in that. We were drinking a cocktail. I was like, going to Jack, I want to go sit in it. And I went sat in it, like, boom. It's not good. Yeah, but those chairs look more fun than they are.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they what? I'm sure they're not that much fun.
No. Avoid. But still, that holiday. I didn't even enjoy.
Chair legs are underrated.
I didn't even particularly enjoy that holiday.
Did you not?
Well, I enjoyed it, but it was just like, it wasn't quite warm enough, and it was just there was nothing to do there.
You went at a funny time.
I know,
of year.
nothing was open.
Is it cheap though?
Yeah, it was cheap, and we just got drank every day. So
There you go.
got drank.
Got
We
drank.
got drank. Anyway,
Do you know? I've noticed a lot of people saying drug as past tense of drag in America.
That annoys
That's not
me.
a word.
No. Stupid, isn't it? When someone says it, I just think you're an idiot.
Yeah. I don't know what I was watching when they were saying that.
I listened to a crime podcast where they say that. One says
It might
it.
have been yes,
Yeah.
it was a crime thing on Netflix I watched.
One says it and the other one don't say it, and I always think, why doesn't this one listen to the other one who don't say it? And
Oh,
think,
really?
I'm an idiot.
Do you know what I watched? Oh god.
If you said that, I'd be like, that ain't that word.
No.
Go on, what did you watch? Oh no, is it something grim?
It was the one on Netflix about a football team and a girl that was really drunk and they like basically raped her. And they all spoke about it in their like WhatsApp group and they tweeted about it and stuff.
Oh, is that an English thing? Were they English?
America.
Oh, I've heard that story.
It's not the same, but
don't spoil me in case I want to watch
are
it.
you gonna watch it?
Maybe, yeah.
Basically, there's a Baldy Moving-esque character
Is there?
involved, and these internet people they get to the truth quicker than the police do.
They do. The
And
police don't give a
They
fuck.
got the fucking timelines and more red string than the police have.
Have they?
And
Got that red string.
this woman managed to expose the whole thing through looking at social media. It's really good. Well, I mean, it's a horrible story, but
interesting.
I find these stories of internet people going deep really quite amazing.
You need to watch that, The Jinx. I'm telling you. That
Oh,
is...
is that an internet thing? Internet people?
No, it's not an internet thing, but it's a fucked up thing.
Yeah, you did say that.
Honestly.
But I thought you were going to put it in Dropbox or
It's
something.
really good. Oh, remind me to. I will do. I download it for you.
Okay.
It's really, really fucking good. Anyway, oh, you did. Oh, no,
Meanwhile,
never mind.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like Sister Speak we're going off on so many tangents, but it's just because Big Brother Australia is so boring. It's like.
Do you know what? You reminded me of it though.
Mm.
It's more interesting than I remembered it was. Like, it's good to hear about these things.
What
Like
is?
the chair task, I actually quite like that.
That was good. I like the chairs, and also it wasn't one of these hydraulics fucking in the back garden. Yeah, it was something a bit different. So then,
And Big Brother tasks don't always need to be like massively in depth,
no.
high production value to be fun.
So at the
That's
end,
what I think. Sorry,
No,
that's
go
what I
on.
think Big Brother Australia has done quite well. Is like they've managed to sort of nail the endurance competitions, but they've also had that sort of like low budget Big Brother element too a few times.
Yeah.
Like
the dominoes.
the running one. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dominoes where they had to run and catch the ball. Like those things. They're
Yeah, I
they're
like
quite
the
fun to
basic
watch.
tasks. They are fun. They had a task on Big Brother 3 US that I'm watching where they had to eat a load of cake and then weigh themselves, and they had to collectively put on a certain amount of weight. I'm not even joking.
That's kind of
That's
insensitive.
kind of dangerous
Yeah.
and insensitive. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like a house made of cake, and they had to eat as much as they could, and they were like puking up and everything.
That's hilarious.
It's just like, what is going on
wanna
here?
be a woman like that.
It's actually quite entertaining. Anyway, so at the end, do you remember what happened?
Chad and Dan were the final two, and Dan basically agreed to lose to Chad.
Do you think that Chad was going to win anyway, or do you think...
No,
Could've been
because
either.
Dan's got those long legs, but it was basically it was a straight run down the corridor
Yeah.
towards the diary room where the last chair sat, which was the car seat.
Down the horror corridor.
So we've seen people try to race to the diary room before, and that corridor is so narrow that as soon as you're in the front, you're out.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah.
So Dan, I think, could have pipped Chad to this, and Dan said, "Don't worry, I'm going to make it look like a struggle."
Yeah.
And he did play that quite well.
Yeah. I think Xavier knew, don't you think?
Do you? Probably.
Xavier and Casey were watching, like, I don't know, I just think they knew. So Dan was basically willing to just get rid of Xavier at that point, wasn't he? Because he just made a deal for him and Matt, not Casey, not Xavier.
Yeah.
He said, we'll
You're
go
right.
final four with me, Matt, and you and Sophie. Which is absolutely
I
load of
wonder why
bollocks.
he did that. Because he thinks he can beat... He thinks he can't beat Xavier. Do you think?
No, just, I suppose, you can't have too many people in the deal, can you?
No.
Otherwise it becomes a bit of a piss take. Anyway, so Chad won. I put here, all Chad needs to do is nominate Xavier, Casey, and Sarah. Oh yeah, because Sarah can take herself down.
So, were they
I
not
don't
his
know why
exact...
the fuck I didn't...
Were they
Yeah,
not his
they
exact
were.
nominations?
Yeah, they were. But I don't know what... I just wish he hadn't listened to that deal.
I thought he should have still put up Dan and Matt.
Yeah,
to be
he
honest
should
with you.
have. He should have. I don't know why I've written that. And then Chad said, a lot of people underestimate me. And then he started going on about being the underdog, which he then said about another 1,500 times during the episode.
Yeah, but in a way, he's storylining. I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
Like, oh, you know, the underdog's going to come through this and win.
The international male model underdog that I am. Yeah, okay. He put up Casey and Xavier, but he said Xavier was probably the one bloke I would hang out with outside, which I thought that was interesting.
'Cause he likes his clothes.
And Xavier said it's a big aggressive move from him. And Casey said, I'm not going to campaign. And then we found out these two are best friends, Casey and Xavier.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
even know they were best friends, did
X,
you?
as she would call him.
Oh, X. That's quite cool, actually, X. And they said there won't be a lot of scrambling going on.
Oh, the scrambles. Even Sonia calls it the scramble.
Oh, it's fucking annoying. Campaigning. So then, Casey, this experience is going to suck without Xavier. Oh, then Casey said to the boys, vote me out. You stand a better chance of winning against... Oh, hold on.
Did she?
That don't make
no,
sense.
she probably said,
Vote
you stand a
Xavier
better
out.
chance against me. I don't
Oh,
know. Did
well,
she,
that
though?
would-
I don't
that
know
would
if she
make
did.
more sense.
I don't think she did say that.
That would make more
Couldn't tell you.
sense. Fuck knows. Anyway, the boys telling Casey to go and shower. What the fuck? I've written. I don't remember that. It's like someone else has written these notes. And then Sophie said to Chad, "Did you throw it?" And Chad said, "I would have beat him anyway." Yeah.
Sophie said to Chad, did Dan throw it?
No, Sophie said, did Dan throw it to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Oh, Sonia's asking. Sonia's here now. Sonia's
Hi,
here now.
Sonia.
So she was asking about coronavirus and.
Oh, she was wearing the same outfit she was when she did the announcement.
Oh, was she?
I was like, oh, they just filmed that
At the same time.
Same time, yeah.
Of course they did. They ain't going to get her back and forth for no reason.
Wearing a mask.
Not doing it from a bathroom like Marissa was. I've not written down all the minutiae of her conversation here because you normally do that bit.
Sorry.
With the underdogs, blah blah blah. Chad said Xavier is the smartest player in this game.
I have to say, I don't think that Sonia's been digging quite as deeply as she has done in the past.
There's no
in the nomination
drama.
room.
There's no drama to be had with these people.
No.
I put, what is the point in showing people going to the diary room and none of the votes? Can you answer me that?
What, filling time with them walking back and forward.
Yeah, just walking back and
The
forth.
person I'd like to nominate is cut.
Don't you think it's just like the votes that I sound like Alfie? Alfie's been such a little bitch this week because I've been texting him complaining about Big Brother show. He's like, I was telling you this like 2 weeks ago. Blah, blah, blah. Now I'm fucking saying what he's saying.
They show you just
You're
enough.
right, Alfie.
They show you just enough to not know what the result is, which I understand maintaining the tension.
This one, they didn't show one person's vote.
Did they not?
They just show people walking to the diary room.
Okay.
That is not okay. It's like watching porn and you don't get no money shot.
Oh no, that's the worst.
No good.
Mm.
No, I can watch porn and not have a money shot, actually.
Oh.
Well, good. That ain't a good bit for me, is it?
No,
Well,
I suppose not.
seeing that, no. I've seen that before.
I've
Never
got a
mind.
question. What did they do with revealing Sarah's power?
She just told him, I think. Oh, because Chad put her up and then she just took herself down.
So Sonia probably went, "You've got this power.
I think it was before
What are
that.
you going to do with it?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened. And then the vote was 6-0 to...
That's why they didn't show you.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, they could have still shown...
they all went to
two.
Xavier, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be Casey.
I think that if they see Xavier as the clever one, that was the right way for them to vote. If they
Yeah.
want to get him out as a strong player.
I feel like
'Cause
Xavier...
what's Casey done apart from going to the garden and tan? If I want to have a conversation about tanning, I know I'll go to Casey.
Well...
Oh, how dare you
Angela,
insult my
how dare
intelligence.
you? How dare you? I've turned over a new leaf since I've been in the house.
That is bull
I
dust.
managed to go to the toilet after 28 days.
Oh, is that
whatever
Casey's
it was,
storyline?
yeah. And I've had to quit social media since I left the house. There you go. There's 3 things she's done. So then Xavier, he went out graciously. I feel like Xavier would have been... I feel like we could have known more about him and he was potentially interesting, but we just never got to know him.
Yeah, potentially an enigma, but we
Yeah.
didn't get that.
Yeah, he's like mysterious, but he might just
Possibly.
be boring.
Yeah.
It's one of those, you know. It's like, are you mysterious? Is there something going on there, or are you just a boring motherfucker? So then Xavier said, well, I would have done the same. It's fine. That's what he said in the cab. And I've written...
There's so little afterwards that you don't get to hear.
Oh, it's shit. I've written, shame we've lost a bit of eye candy and are stuck with old Baldy and Big Nose. Actual notes there. I don't even fancy Xavier, so I'm literally just being horrible. Fucking hell.
He was a good-looking guy, though. He did look
He
like
was
a young
good.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like a little cherub.
He reminded me of a young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Looks like a little cherub. Okay, this episode... Have you got notes for episode 14?
No,
Yeah, oh, you haven't got any notes at all?
I've got only the last episode.
Oh, isn't this the last episode?
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right.
It's the first episode of the week, wasn't it?
We ain't just talked about one episode over an hour and 38 minutes,
Oh, I'm
have we?
sorry, but I think we have.
Are you fucking joking? No, they were on the last episode now. Are you
We haven't
serious?
done Marissa's into exit yet, or Casey's.
Oh, for fuck's
2
sake!
to go, come on.
Why are we doing it so slow?
So much happens in an episode.
Oh my
It's
god!
everything and nothing at the same time.
Okay, I've written, I hate these people. Dan was scared of a giant magpie. I'm just going to read out my notes. I don't know what it
That's
was.
fine. I'll chip in if I've got anything
Casey
bad.
wants Chad and Sophie out. Marissa is crying. Casey is being nice to her. But yeah, I think Marissa is just a weird person. Like, Casey's trying to comfort her, and Marissa's like, no, don't.
She's another one that we didn't really get to see
No.
anything of.
No.
So Most of the time, it was just her mouth breathing that we got to see, and that was about it.
What about her eviction dress? Did you like it?
I liked her eviction look. It's really nice, very pink. I like the shoulder pads. It was quite like a scrunched up shoulder. What's that called? A prom dress.
Ruched.
Yeah, ruched.
Yeah, or ruffled.
A ruffle.
Yeah.
Looked very 80s.
It did look very 80s. At first I thought, I quite like it. Then I thought, oh no, it's hideous.
I see what I do appreciate. When you see someone who's saved their eviction outfit.
Yes.
Like, she bought
Which
that
she
in
obviously had.
with the purpose of wearing it on her eviction. She's been nominated before, but she didn't wear it. So she
must have known
was confident.
I wrote, is her outfit a spoiler? Is she going? Because it's the old
going.
BBUS wearing a sportswear, wearing the ball gown.
Yeah, or dressing gown over your eviction dress.
Yeah.
We've seen that many times.
Seen that. Or some people just going out in their dressing gown. Joe Amira.
She didn't leave in the dressing.
No, but she should have done. She's been in one ever since too. Marissa said she was sad about Angela going.
I'm not surprised.
It's Angela.
She was also a little bit pissed off about Angela's alliance with Dan.
Yeah, because that's what had sort of put the target on Marissa now. Because
Yeah.
she switched sides from Chad and Sophie and over to that.
Yeah.
Matt is annoyed with Kieran.
Oh, making noises and singing.
Just breathing. Popping, humming and tapping, I've written. Matt said, oh, look at him, ready to feed his face again, not offering to help.
So they're moaning that Kieran's never washed the dishes while he's been in the Big Brother house.
But
Have
when
you
he
noticed
did,
something in the kitchen?
What?
They've got a fucking dishwasher. So I guess he's never loaded the dishwasher. Is that the problem?
I guess so.
Do you think it's okay to have a dishwasher in the Big Brother house?
Yeah, I don't know.
Normally it's like a back to
Why do you
basics.
care about these things?
Normally
Dan is right.
it's a back to basics existence, isn't it?
Oh, back to basics. Change a record.
I like a dishwasher though.
Oh, have you got your dishwasher plumbed in now?
Did I tell you? It flooded the fucking house downstairs.
You did?
The other weekend, a woman comes knocking on the door.
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm
Oh,
like,
my
what the fuck?
God.
I've just woken up, I'm a bit grumpy.
Oh, fuck. So
heard-
was she.
I heard Dan open the door and she's like, can you turn your pipe off? I'm like, what's
Oh, my
she on
God.
about? What's she on
I
about?
wouldn't even know how to do that.
Neither did I. As it happens. Anyway, she like comes knocking on the door again. She's like, did you find a leak? I was like, well, I've just noticed some water in the kitchen, but she's like, did you know about it before? I was like, no, the first I knew about it was when you tried to knock the door, when you knocked the door down. I said that to her.
Shady cunt.
I was so like, I'm not good, but I'm just woken up.
No. What did she say?
And later on, I had to apologise to her because I was like, sorry.
Oh,
like,
fuck that, man.
no, because literally it had dripped through her ceiling all over her daughter's mattress, which was soaked.
Oh, why was the mattress in the
She goes, what?
Oh, no.
Not her kitchen.
I thought it was they're dripping down from your kitchen to her kitchen.
Yeah, but there's a bedroom underneath my kitchen.
I didn't know this.
She's
I
like,
need the floor plan.
I was like, how long has this been going on for? I was thinking, how did your daughter not notice that her bed was wet? She goes, well, she sleeps on the other side. I'm like,
I think I would
gradually
notice
dripping
it was
onto someone's bed.
Oh.
Anyway.
How bad was it then? Really bad.
Enough to stop the light fitting working, drip through the ceiling and soak a mattress.
All you do with that light fit thing is just not switch the lights on for a week and then they
come
work
back.
again.
Yeah. Let's try out.
I've done that in this house before.
The only thing is, once you get a leak, there's usually a patch in
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Yeah, I've got a little bubbly patch in the kitchen at the corner.
But anyway, it turns out it was like the water inlet was not quite tight enough, and it wasn't the dishwasher, which my landlord installed. It was my washing machine, and tiny drip over like two washing machine. We should talk about Rodrigo as well.
What's Rodrigo called now?
His Twitter is
Roddy.
still
I think
Rodrigo.
it's Roddy. I'm not sure.
He's now
She.
a she. She's now she.
Yeah.
So her Twitter still says Instagram still
You
says
can't
Rodrigo.
change your Instagram, can you?
You can,
Oh, can you?
can't you?
I don't think so.
Well,
Maybe. Oh, yeah, you can, because Jack's used to be something stupid and now it's something else.
Yeah.
Stupid. Anyway,
a tiny drip over 2 weeks had like obviously built up under my floor, and I'd not noticed because it was behind. But no, everything's fine. And my nan, every time I talk to her, keeps asking how's your water. I'm like, it's fine, as I told you.
Bless. But apart from that, how's the dishwashing going?
Oh, good.
Good.
But it started to not wash things properly, and I'm
Oh,
like,
already?
I don't know
What the
I think
fuck?
maybe it needs rinse aid or something.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I'm liberated from washing up.
Oh, I hate loading the dishwasher is worse than washing up. It is. It's just awful. Anyway, I don't know how we got onto that, but there you go. Oh, Kira not washing up.
Yeah.
So then, it's Chad and Sophie had their 1 month anniversary. Big Brother loves love, apparently. Sophie and Chad are both so dumb, neither can speak, I've written. They had a breakfast
She was like, "Oh, I've
date.
never had a breakfast with someone or something." Like, what?
Oh,
It's a really weird statement to make.
Dumb as fuck. And then Casey was being all bitchy about it, going, "Nah, why are they getting special treatment? Nah," being a bitch.
Well, valid point, but if you'd done anything in the house, you might have got something too.
Yeah, if anyone fancied you, you might have got a nice breakfast. And then Dan said to Casey and Kieran, "Do you think that they'll work outside, as in Chad and Sophie in the outside world?" And Kieran said, "What, breakfast? Do you think the breakfast
he did
works
say that, didn't he?
outside?" Fucking hell. Talk about one-track mind. And then Kieran and Sarah both said, "No, it won't work in the outside world."
They did.
Horrible. Might do. I don't see why it wouldn't. They're both good-looking and stupid.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
Match made in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Dan sets the tone for the house, and because I hate him, I hate the house. There you go. These are like the fucking poison pen letter, my notes.
The thing is, I don't hate Dan, but
how can you not?
the special treatment he gets from Big Brother makes me dislike him more.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he won't win then. But I don't want Matt to win then. Anyone but Dan or Matt. Anyone, like including Kieran.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, because who else can I champion in this house now, apart from Chad and Sophie and Kieran?
And the trouble is, if Chad and Sophie do get to the end, it would be a split vote.
What, from the
Mind
public?
you, yeah, would it be a split vote for Matt and Dan as well? Well, it depends how big Broken Hill is, I guess.
Absolutely massive, that sounds of it.
So then we had another task. Can you remember what this task is?
Is this a sort of like luxury task or the shopping task?
Shopping task.
Um,
I'll give you a clue.
Yeah.
Big Brother said, "Today I will be within you."
Oh, yeah, the fast forward and rewind one. We've seen this before, haven't we?
This is the origin of "Are We Being Funny, Mummy?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when
That's
their
the
mum
one where they
came
did
in.
it.
Their mum came in and they asked her that, and they're supposed to be on pause. What the fuck? And that was when Casey's mum came in as well. Casey Batchelor's mum came in.
Jesus, I thought
Yeah.
you meant Casey and this one's mum came in, so I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they didn't do anything like that, did they? Oh, I guess they couldn't because of Corona. Bring the family members in.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Casey Batchelor one didn't have fast forward and rewind.
Oh, I thought it did.
Just had
Why did the
stopping
mum
time.
come in? Oh, it was just stopping time.
Yeah.
Well, Jack and Joe really
which is funny because
balls this task up just like Chad
Kieran
did.
is quite similar to Jack and Joe.
He's the same thing. Just a pasty-faced, annoying twerp.
Kieran didn't seem to sort of grasp the concept of being rewound. Did you notice that?
No.
They rewound him, but
Yeah.
he turned around and went back the other way. Surely you have to walk backwards.
Backward.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dumbo. Then they give them all a lovely, delicious ice cream in the garden.
That was good. That was good. That was like... I like that version
It was
of Big
good,
Brother.
but
That's
then
like evil Big Brother.
Chad goes,
Oh, good on my
dipping
top, Big
shirt."
Brother.
You're not allowed to stop and go. They
Yeah, you're
passed
right.
this task. Chad literally stopped and went, "Oh, it's going on my shirt."
Yeah, you're right.
That is not a pass.
Get the rule book out.
Yeah, that is just unreal. And
About
Dan,
the glitter one, shouldn't have been a pass either. When it had to sweep up the diary
they're
room.
making it up as they go along. And Dan was going on about them bringing a golden retriever in. I don't know why.
Why?
Fuck knows.
That's familiar actually, and I don't know what it was on about either.
Yeah, he's going, "Oh, hopefully they're going to bring a golden retriever in." No, you can't
Why?
be trusted with a fish. I've not seen those fish since Ian left.
Which Dan was going to look
Yeah,
after.
Enough
In
said.
fact, I haven't even seen that corner since Ian left.
Swept it
Put it
under
out
the
of
carpet.
bounds.
He's killed him. So then Sarah was allowed to be unpaused, and what did she go around doing?
Oh,
Sexually assaulting people.
was she?
Yeah, she gave Dan a wedgie.
Oh yeah, she was. Sexually assaulted.
Taryn will be shitting a fit.
She had a sexual assault pass. Did you think that Big Brother gave that as a mission to her that we didn't see it get set? Because I reckon.
Oh,
She was obviously unpaused
maybe.
on the condition that she's got to go around and be a
cause
little
trouble.
dickhead about it.
yeah, maybe.
She put fucking on Sophie's
Oh,
encouragement
yeah.
honey and
And
flour
flour
in
in Chad's
Chad's
hair.
hair. I don't think that's okay.
I thought he was going to go madder about that after the lolly on the shirt incident, but he
True,
seemed to
yeah.
accept it. And then they had Matt and Dan eating pies in the diary room. I couldn't even look at that. It was so disgusting. And they
Do-
put it on
do you like
fast forward.
pies?
No. No,
The
I don't
thing
like
is-
squishy things, do I?
No, true. But, like, there's nothing harder to eat than a hot pie.
Is there?
Yeah, that's why. And
Oh, so they were.
In a
Were they
way-
trying to hurt them?
Yeah, they
Oh,
fast
good.
forwarded them eating hot pies. In a way,
Good.
that's kind of cruel.
Good.
Because you could potentially, like, blister your mouth.
Oh, good.
Because the thing with the pie is, obviously, it's enveloped in pastry, right?
Mm.
It's reminding my boss's email. That's out of context for everyone else, but it's funny for... It's enveloped in pastry, so the contents is so hot and it's steaming. So once you pop the envelope of pastry,
I don't know what is wrong with
all
me.
the steam gets you.
Right, got you. I don't know what I'm crying about. I feel the same thing at the same time. Fucking hell. Never mind, enough about Gaz's personal life. I can't remember what context he used it in.
Me neither.
But it was funny. Anyway, so... Oh, God. I've written they made Jack and Joe look like comp beasts.
Jack and Joe?
Yeah, because they did the
comparison.
same task, yeah. And then they got food again. Was it KFC again? Look, was it burgers or something?
It was the burgers, yeah. Kieran ate too.
Does anyone mind if I have another burger? And
I
Matt's
thought
just
everyone was reeling about that bit.
shooting daggers
Yeah.
at him. But Matt and Dan had just had those pies, so whatever. And then they're like, blah, 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 the house is too empty. I've written, fucking hell, Kieran has to be reminded to clean his teeth, and Hannah got off with him.
Who told him to clean his
I
teeth?
don't know, someone went and told him to clean his teeth, or he'd forgotten to clean his teeth.
Gross.
Then in the diary room, Kieran said, this is the time you get out your swords and fight. Nice to have a swords mention in the diary room, isn't it? Kieran said he wants to take out Matt, Dan and Casey. Well, you'd have to win some at first.
Do you not think that it's a little unfair that most of the competitions are physical?
Yes.
And there's not a chance for someone who isn't physical to
Yeah.
sort of win them?
The only ones he's could have been able to do is the dominoes so far. They could do another puzzle one, couldn't they? Or an intelligence one. Mind you, he's not got that either.
Even like the spelling one. You know, responsibilities, that one. Get the letters out and make a word or whatever. They could do something like that.
Yeah. Oh, the anagram. Yeah, where you have to make the longest word.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Responsibilities.
Technotronics. So then, shout out. So then, Dan was talking about Sophie, and this was the whole thing where Marissa went up to Casey and then was trying to get Casey to say shit about Chad and Sophie.
But didn't Casey immediately go to someone else?
And then Chad was getting pissed off about it, and then Dan was going to Chad, don't let Marissa suck you in. And
the problem was, Chad
she said.
was going, don't trust Marissa.
Yeah.
Chad needs Marissa as a number, but he was so untrusting that it would never come to fruition.
No, it's dumb. And then Dan said about Marissa, she's a snake. A slippery snake.
Oh,
nice.
That thing with the tongue.
So then Marissa was trying to get Chad on side, and then blah, blah, blah. And then Chad went up to Casey. Oh no, Chad was talking to Dan, and he said, this is what Marissa said about you. What kind of 27-year-old mopes and cries about a video message?
Yeah, that's funny. I wish I'd seen Marissa say that.
Yeah, and then
Do
Dan...
you know what? That's the sort of stuff I want to see
Yeah,
from
thank
Marissa.
you, me too. And then Dan said, she calls you two dumb and dumber.
Oh, yeah.
That is so good.
Why haven't we seen this
It's
stuff?
so funny. It's so accurate.
Although I did question the authenticity of Dan saying that.
Oh, yeah. What do you think? You made it up?
Could have done.
Could have done, couldn't he? Although...
But later on, he came to Marissa and said, you've been saying stuff I don't appreciate.
Dumb and dumber.
Personal things, he said.
Oh. Yeah, I just skipped a lot of that bit because, bro. I put, is this the dead set music over the challenge? Sounded like
Is there
it.
dead set music?
So then there was this challenge, whatever the fuck it is, was holding on to discs. Oh, and putting your feet further out. It's like kind of like Twister. You had to put your feet out
Yeah, they
on
had
the
to keep their
circles.
two hands on the blue platforms in front of them.
Yeah.
And put their feet on certain numbers. Yeah.
And then
Marissa had a chance at this one, I thought. Did you not?
yeah, I did. Sarah took her hand off and was going, oh, it's an accident. I've tell that to Janelle, which you're not going to get. That's a BBUS reference.
I know the name though.
Yeah, you would like her. She's very cool. I wish I could double speed this comp on my TV. I was getting so bored of this episode.
It didn't even rain, did
It was
it?
just awful. Lol. I'm just brainstorming titles at this point. I've written that down. Oh, twist. I've written that. Don't work. And then Chad.
Remember, there was a promise made.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
someone didn't trust the other person.
Yeah.
Chad
said.
Oh, I've just remembered. This is when Sophie dropped out of the competition.
Yeah.
When she could have damn well won it.
Sophie said, yeah. Chad's saying, I don't trust her about Casey. Sophie said, swear on your life. Swear on Chad's life to Casey.
And then, Casey went and
But
swore
Casey
on
didn't put them
everyone's
up.
mum and dad.
But then
everything.
Casey didn't put them up. Casey won and she didn't put them up. She put Marissa up. Marissa and Kieran.
Oh, yeah.
I was sure that Casey was going to go to the diary room and put them straight up.
And then
But
the
she
next
didn't.
day, and we
next
had-
day she got evicted.
We had Sophie, was it the next day? I don't know if it was
Must
in
have
the same
been.
episode, going, oh, I've made a $25,000 mistake and you can't change it now, Sophie. And she felt really stupid.
250,000.
250,000, just a
Yeah,
25.
yeah.
But this reminded me, right, of school. I was doing the bleep test, right?
Yeah.
You know the bleep test. You have to run between the cones. And my friend dropped out, and I was like, well, he's dropped out, so I'm going to as well. And I don't know why I did that to this day, but I remember afterwards being like, why did you do that? You could keep going. It's like when you drop out of something and you know your full potential wasn't realised, you can be really regretful. And that's where Sophie was mentally.
That's interesting because Chad was saying that about the next day. I think, like, I could have hung on. I thought, well, why the fuck didn't
Do
you
it then, yeah. Exactly.
When
Especially
people say
in
that, I
this.
just think you're lying, but you're telling me you're not
I've
always lying.
experienced that, but I was a child.
I don't know what the bleep test is, to be honest.
Do you not? You never do that at school?
No.
You know,
I'm a different generation.
they set
to
up
you.
cone. Oh, the bleep test has long been in operation. I think they use it to assess fitness for the police and army and stuff.
Oh,
They put like cones here and cones over there.
Yeah.
It's like a certain distance.
Right.
And they play a recording which is like set, and you have to get between the cones before the beep. So you go dude, and then dude, dude, and then it gets faster. So you have to like beat the bleep basically.
Fuck.
And, it goes, and then once it steps up to another gear, another
Yeah.
level, it goes da-da-da, and you're like, oh fuck, it's getting faster.
Oh, that sounds fun. I
it's
never
good.
did anything like that in
Good.
North
It's like an
Hampstead.
endurance competition.
Yeah, that sounds good. They should make a TV show out of that. So then, Casey just put up, Marissa and Kieran. Fuck knows why. And she said she goat me into it.
Goats. Yeah. Big Brother had to tell her it was goads, and she still didn't get it.
Fucking hell. It's like the old scapegoat
It's like
bullshit.
that's like that Ribena remix with a goat in it.
Oh yeah, goating me.
Oh,
That's so good.
Goating
You know-
me, goating me,
you know,
goating me, goating and goating.
You know, Luke bought some Ribena this week because of Paul Danan. Bit late.
Is Luke abroad?
2 years later, yeah, he's in America.
Okay.
And we were all a bit like, not sure you should have done that, mate. And
Why?
then
Do you
sure
like
enough-
Ribena?
No, when he tried it, didn't like it.
I love Ribena.
Gross.
Do you know what else? Ribena's got a new version of raspberry and rhubarb flavour.
Oh god, that sounds even
Oh,
worse.
Dan and I finished off a bottle in a week.
Ugh, that rhubarb flavoured gin is so gross. I don't like the flavour of rhubarb.
We love rhubarb.
Well,
Rhubarb's
we can
very
keep
sour.
it. It's just a horrible taste. Rhubarb and ginger gin, that was it. Maybe you'd like that then.
Probably would.
Ooh, gross. Anyway,
Where'd you have that? In a bar?
no, we bought a bottle of it. Fuck knows why. I think it's all gone now. So then, Marissa said, "You're throwing me under the bus to Casey,"
Is it the Kieran bus?
and Casey was like, let's hope Kieran's not driving a bus. Casey said, you said I was hiding behind the boys and I'm not. And Marissa said, the boys even agreed with me when I said you were hiding.
I like the way
hiding
Marissa
behind them.
sort of like
Yeah.
stood up to what she believed
Oh, yeah.
when confronted by these
Oh,
children.
yeah. Marissa ranked.
She's just like, yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
And you are, so...
And then meanwhile, Kieran was watching the conversation and slurping on this glass of water. But I do think they dubbed on that slurping.
Yeah.
I like they could make him any more disgusting than he already is. Thanks. So then, I'm so anti-Kieran today.
My Dan always criticises his clothes. He's like,
Oh.
look, everyone is in a sports bra and
Yeah.
like a tracksuit, and Kieran's wearing polo shirt and
Yeah,
board shorts.
baggy as
It's like,
fuck.
but that's because he's uncomfortable with his body.
Yeah,
of course.
of
He's covering himself up.
Yeah, you're not going to wear a bloody
Under
Speedo,
Armour.
are you?
Exactly.
But he could have a better sense of style and it would make him look
Or
a lot
more
better.
appropriate sportswear for the comps.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's losing the comps, you never know. Kieran, put your tongue away over him. And, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this was when Marissa tried to make a power move with Sophie and said, Casey said she can't stand you, and Sophie started crying about it. Who cares if someone said they can't stand you? Who gives a fuck? I don't know why Sophie was so upset about it.
But did Sophie... I feel like that didn't sink in for Sophie until the next episode. Like, I don't think even Sophie was committed to working with Marissa. Marissa, was she?
No, she wasn't.
I wonder who she evicted.
Oh...
Do we get to know?
Yeah, well, probably not.
It's on a need to know basis, and Big Brother viewers don't need to know, apparently.
Yeah, so then we're on to the eviction. I skipped so much there. Sonia looked good. Sophie...
What's she wearing?
I don't know.
I think she's wearing purple.
Sonia is saying too much. Sophie is saying too much to Sonia, I've written. Oh yeah, she asked Sophie a question. Sophie's like, oh well, basically to give away her whole strategy. I was like, okay. Oh, Sophie was wearing...
I've got the nominations table here.
I've written what Sophie was wearing. A netted top, a white t-shirt tied up at the front, and leopard print trousers. Do you remember that?
Sophie was wearing all of that?
Yeah, exactly. I've written...
Is she doing that
jumble sale
wear all your own clothes?
Yeah, jumble sale chic, I've written. Marissa was evicted with 5 votes, I've got here.
That's all of them, by the way. That is every single vote available, which means Sophie also voted out Marissa. Who else was on the block with her?
Kieran.
That's strange. They're seemingly sick of Kieran.
Yeah.
But I suppose it comes down to the Kieran can't win anything.
Yeah.
Strategy.
But I think
logic.
one thing Kieran could win, ironically, is the public vote.
Yeah,
it's an
he actually could.
anti-Dan and Matt thing.
I think he could.
So they need to think on.
Especially if he's been on Driving School Australia or whatever before.
Yeah.
And he's known as Australia's worst driver.
And he's an option that's not,
One of those
the
dickheads.
macho twat, so...
Yeah, but can he beat the might of Broken Hill?
Well, where does Kieran come from? He could come from Fixed Hill, for all we know. So then, lasagna is in the oven, 40 minutes, and put some sunflower seeds on top.
He put sunflower seeds on top of their lasagna.
I hate sunflower seeds, they just get stuck in your teeth. And then Marissa took the bins out as she left, which I've written is a metaphor for this season. Have you got notes on the next episode?
Yes.
Oh, can you read yours then?
Oh, okay.
I've had enough.
Just to say, so that last episode, it was unanimous for Xavier.
Yeah.
This next episode, unanimous for Marissa as well.
The sheep vote.
So they're all starting to follow each other.
The sheep vote's in town.
However, this next episode, not such a clean sweep.
Ooh, Big Brother.
In episode 15, Sarah confirmed that she is not actually a dwarf. And Big Brother was like, I don't know, what did Big Brother say? Something funny to her.
He was like taking a piss out of her being short. I'm like, that's sizist. I'm short.
He was like, definitely not a dwarf or something like that. And she was like,
She didn't say the M word.
She said, oh no, she didn't say the M word, to clarify.
Oh, yeah, the M word.
Or that one.
Yeah.
She didn't say any of the words.
That would be very out of context if she said the other one.
Yeah,
Go on.
it would.
She said.
She was like, oh, I've tried to apply for, like, disability pension.
Oh, yeah.
She said, pension? I was thinking, you're like
She's
20.
only 19,
What's she on about?
literally.
And she goes, oh, I have to go through a lifetime of short jokes and I can't even get compensated for it. Like, that's not what fucking disability allowance is for.
Compensation
it's not compensation for being
insulted.
made fun of all your life. What a weird logic to
Yeah,
hold.
that is weird.
Really weird.
It is annoying when you're short and people take a piss at you, though. Jack always takes a piss at me for being short.
He's not even that tall himself.
He's tall. He's not short. He's just normal height.
He's shorter or taller than me?
I think he's taller than you.
Is he?
But I never know about how tall people are because I'm not
Me
that
neither.
interested in it.
Do you
You
know-
know how some people just obsess, you've got to be
Do
taller
you know what?
than me. I just
When
find it
girls
more
are like,
boring.
I lived with someone before who was like looking for dates, right? And she's tall. She is tall for a girl. It's my friend Rosh, actually.
Yeah.
You know Rosh.
Oh, yeah,
So
she's
she is
tall,
quite tall
yeah.
for a girl, but she was obsessed with the fact that these men had to be taller than her. And I was like,
You're lowering your pool of options
massively
so
so.
much.
Every person that came through on Tinder, she was having to reject because she was worried about meeting them being taller than them.
Can't you just ask them
I
how
don't
tall they are if
understand. I
you're
mean,
not bothered? So a lot of girls are absolutely obsessed with people.
and then
being
she'd
taller
be
than
like
them.
looking at the pictures, trying to work out how tall they were, if it was actually accurate, what they'd put on the profile and stuff
Oh,
like that.
they always lie as well. I've met loads of guys and they're a lot shorter than.
But also,
they think. I thought
who
they
knows
were,
how
don't
tall they are? A lot of people don't.
Who gives a fuck? I just couldn't care. As long as they're not, you're not a foot
Fucking,
taller than
like,
them.
Dan to Sarah. That would be weird.
Yeah, it would be weird.
Oh yeah, Big Brother called Dan to Durham, didn't he?
Oh,
And
yeah.
made him stand back
I mean,
to
the
back with
difference
Sarah.
between them is quite
Alarming.
shocking,
Yeah.
isn't it? Alarming. It's not going to say it's alarming. It's shocking. But having said that, I've watched Married at First Sight Australia the other day. I did a video of it. I'm sure no one's
Australians
watched.
very tall.
Sure, no one's watched it. They were all white. That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Every single person on it was white. But yeah, this girl went down the aisle. You're on Married at First Sight, where you get married to a stranger, and the guy was short, and she had the ump about it. It's like, what can you do? You've given your marriage over to science.
Do they not? Yeah, do they not specify certain things that they would never
Exactly,
consider?
and then they seem to like one of them. He was too
Science.
short, and then the other. I know.
I wish it was science
Yeah,
that chose it.
I said that exact same joke on my video. And then the other one, like they lived miles away from each other, so it's like an obstacle before it even starts. Let alone the fact they don't fancy each other.
Distance is not an obstacle, as we learned in Too Hot to Handle from Harry and Jessica, whatever she was called.
Fuck that.
I'm sorry to announce that they have broken up since lockdown.
Oh, that's a pity.
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
So, in the intro, they set it up as being team romance versus team bromance.
Yeah.
I thought this was quite a sort of
That's
USA
good.
way to frame the episode.
I like that.
But then also pitched Sarah as the spanner in the works for these two teams.
Control lies with little Sarah. That's what Sonia said on the voiceover.
As if like it was like a Big Brother but little Sarah thing.
I found that quite condescending.
Yeah, also, we just said she's going to have to put up with a lifetime of short jokes without compensation. So think about that, Sonia.
I think that Sarah's quite cute, really. And I think she's quite sexy in a way.
We said that she's really, like, not in proportion, like the size of her boobs for her body.
Yeah, she's got a good body, though.
My Dan said that maybe she should have a breast reduction because apparently... maybe she would...
Calm down, Dad.
Maybe she would benefit from it because apparently the weight of boobs...
What's Dude going to say about that?
Apparently the weight of boobs sometimes is a strain on certain muscles.
Oh, yeah, it can be.
Girls have a muscle on their chest that we don't have, and that can be a real problem. Like,
I am a girl.
Holding up the boobs.
Yeah.
I say we, me and Dan.
Yeah, you can get a real bad back from it. But she's got nice boob, but it would be a shame to cut those down.
Cut them down. Well, so it was day 32.
Yeah.
Matt and Casey were strategizing.
Yes.
By the way, I think I've got very minimal notes on this episode.
Oh, great. No, actually, that is good.
Casey thinks one of Chad and Sophie have to go to give her any chance of winning.
She's right.
But also, what about Dan and Matt? Why do these people not consider them? I don't understand.
Because they've got the house by the balls, basically. And everyone's just under their spell.
They just seem like they're
dominating.
But like they're invisible to these other housemates.
I know what you mean.
Matt said that he wanted to weaponise Sarah. He didn't say this in these terms, but like it seemed like he wanted to weaponise Sarah to help get rid of Chad and Sophie. Sarah was like this vote which both sides were kind of vying for, I imagine.
Do you think that was what was actually happening, or that was just the storyline of today?
Probably is the storyline.
It felt like it, because that whole thing about will Sarah go this way or that way, it was obvious she was going to stick with Chad and Sophie because she's been in an alliance with
Casey
him
tried
since day
real
one.
hard though.
Yeah, but come on, you ain't going to go with that.
Remember, she said, "I'm going to schmooze her during the room."
I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Start being nice to Sarah.
Do you remember the shopping task? This was the one that we spoke about earlier.
Workshop one.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like Maxwell, which
So
it kind
did
of
I.
was.
It kind of was.
It kind of
It
was.
was definitely based on that. That was definitely inspired by
They've
that.
obviously watched Big Brother 6 UK recently.
Oh yeah, the boxes as well. Or they just watched Big Brother's best ever episodes. That didn't exist when they made this show. So the task...
time travelled to watch it.
Big Brother was like, you guys have been living in my house, rent-free. It's time for you to earn your keep. So he gave them a load of tasks that were not in any way related to real-world jobs.
True.
But he sent them to Big Brother's workshop. Did you think that was the bunker? Looked like it, didn't it?
Oh, did it? I thought
so.
it looked quite big. I thought
It
it
did
got
look
a
big,
lot of
but
room around there.
I think it was the same space that Andrew was in.
It looked quite roomy, I thought.
So Kieran said that hard work isn't on my Richter scale.
No shit.
Doesn't make any sense. Each housemate was going to have to do 2 1-hour shifts throughout the day.
Oh, because it's not exactly that much hard work. 2 1-hour shifts, fucking hell.
And he's already
Jesus.
sweating about it. Well, he was sweating before he got the task.
Mind you, we do less work than that these days. I might do about 3 hours on Animal Crossing. Does that count?
Did you make a note of Kieran's nickname, which we've only just found out about?
Yes.
What is it?
Thick.
And does that reference his brain power or his size?
I think both.
Okay.
Don't you think
offensive?
They've been covering that up to make Matt and Dan look... Because that's quite horrible, like the two... Well, I was going to say good looking, but they're not.
Makes them look worse.
Yeah, the two, whatever the fuck they are, twats of the house, calling the fat boy thick. I don't think that's a good look at all.
No, but in the diary room, Kieran said this is a name that I created for myself to sort of make myself look like less of a threat.
Shut up,
He
Kieran.
said that.
He talks absolute
Because
rubbish.
his tongue hanging out, his polo shirts, his board shorts, and his sweaty forehead weren't enough already.
Oh my god. But can you imagine what Dan and Matt must have thought when they seen Hannah getting off with Kieran? It's just shit themselves.
The possums couldn't believe it, I'm sure.
They were whooping in the rafters, and that little long-nosed mouse as well.
So, in this workshop task, they were paired up. So they had to work in pairs. Matt and Kieran always end up in a pair together, which is odd.
Annoying.
But is it because Matt's there to throw it every time for
Yeah,
Kieran, possibly?
probably. Although you can't throw eating cakes.
That's true. Casey and Sarah were paired up. That neighbour's smoking outside again, I can smell it.
Oh. He's always fucking smoking. He smokes about 1 billion fags a day.
We hear everything we're
That's
saying.
all right.
Casey and Sarah...
I mean, that's a fact. It's not...
Like, it's literally... I can literally breathing it in. I'm very sensitive to that sort of thing. Casey and Sarah were paired, and Casey was like, I'm going to schmooze Sarah in the task.
Oh, yeah.
But, to be honest...
She actually did schmooze her,
She kind of did.
Yeah.
She kind of did. Dan and Chad's task, do you remember what that was?
Yeah. Of course I
Go
do.
on.
A job that I would be well suited to.
But you weren't allowed to eat them.
Licking chips. Or, as we call them,
Crisps.
crisps. Why do Australians call them chips?
Well,
Because that's an
crisps-
American thing.
Honestly, crisps is one of the hardest words to say, isn't it? Don't you think? Such
Crisps.
a weird sound. Crisps.
Crisps. Snake. I never thought about it, but now I'm going to be paranoid about
They
it.
call them chips, but they call chips that we call chips hot chips.
But Australians say Z like us.
Yeah, they do.
So why are they saying chips like Americans and Z like us? Like,
that's weird.
pick a fucking side,
Yeah,
Australia. Pick a side, mate.
And now we've signed the trade deal. We're really going to have to come on board and start calling chips crisps.
Don't send us any of your hot chips.
We'll send you crisps and you can send us chips.
But they won't be hot by the time they get it. Fucking hell.
3 flavours of crisp, wasn't it? Salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, and what? Salted?
They're the most boring flavours of crisps I could ever think of.
I thought they were going to have to smell them alone, but it was actually lick them.
Not like my lovely beef and onion crisps that I've got from Asda.
She won't share those, listeners. She comes out with a bag, Chris goes, here, have anything you want. And it's got a little secret stash of the beef and
I've
onion.
hidden my favourite ones from it.
I was on it straight away. I know a secret task when I saw it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Sophie had to...
Oh! Look at a light, was it? Count the light.
Count the
See how
flashing lights.
determined she was doing that. I've never seen such concentration.
Or such, like, methodic
Yeah.
planning of a task, and also, like...
Suddenly had a brain.
Yeah, she seemed really intelligent about this. Like, I couldn't have thought of this.
She was fucking determined.
She had to count the flashing red lights. If it was a continuous light, she would put out her hand over it to count it only as one, while she counted the other side. That's hard because there's 2 sides to count.
Oh, I would
And then
be shit at that.
with every 100, she took off a piece
Ring,
of jewellery.
Yeah.
That's-
Lucky she had so many rings on.
Yeah, and she had like hair bubbles and everything that she was using. That's good.
Maybe Sophie is a secret brain box and she's just pretending she's not.
Or maybe she isn't.
She's pretending very well.
Casey and Sarah, what was theirs?
Something like nuts and bolts in some gunky water.
Yeah, I think they had to like match them up and tie them
Oh,
on.
I wouldn't like doing that.
It was
That's
a
gross.
bit like Maxwell's task. Didn't you have to sort
Yeah,
the
that
nuts
was
and
nuts
bolts?
and
didn't
bolts.
you?
You're right.
Kieran and Matt, they had the secret task. That was actually the real task.
Oh,
But
the real task
is...
is eating cakes. What was that, like an afternoon tea? It was cakes.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Oh, champagne. And they're drinking champagne as well.
champagne. It was basically a secret day of pampering.
I don't know how Kieran hid having 6 glasses of champagne.
I was thinking they were going to be pissed.
I would be acting
Plus, you'd
drunk.
smell it on them, I would have thought.
Not after all that manure.
No, yeah, that's true. But after the first task wasn't very smelly. Don't think Chris smelt that much.
So do you remember what Matt and Kieran said that they were doing when they were actually eating cakes?
Oh, they said they were pulling staples off a piece of wood.
When your fingers feel red if you were
Yeah.
doing that. It's the worst idea
So
ever.
to keep up the illusion, they occasionally just like bash a knife like on the table or the wall.
That's stupid.
Also, if they passed this task though, they were going to double the shopping budget. They weren't even a KFC. The $400 shopping budget.
Oh my God.
If you think about the fact that they've been trying to aim for 250 this whole time,
that is a lot.
with like double the people in the house.
That's true.
This is a huge budget.
That's true.
Casey in the diary room. Casey said to Sarah in the diary room,
Yeah.
"Great company. This is the schmoozing. Great company. Not just the company we work for."
Right. What's that, Big Brother?
Yeah, Big Brother Enterprise.
Big Brother's Workshop.
John DeMol Limited.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know that Endemol has been bought by a new company this week.
No.
Yeah, so it's a new company that's
Oh,
going
God.
to
That's
be in charge of Big Brother.
worrying. Oh, no, that might be good.
Hopefully it'll just function the same way, but they're going to phase out the Endemol name apparently. That's just a little bit of boring production
Oh,
stuff.
that's a shame.
It's a shame. But attached to that name. Casey asked Sarah who she's considering next to vote, and she said Kieran. To vote out, I suppose, or nominate. Sophie counted 963 lights.
Wow.
We didn't actually find out if it was
No,
right.
I was just thinking that. I would like to have known if she actually did count right.
Doubtful. I would like to know how off she was. The fact is, none of those other tasks matter because
No.
it's only Kieran and Matt having nice food that counts it and keeping it secret. In the second shift, Dan and Chad had to
Get buttons out of manure. That is gross. I wouldn't like to do that. They didn't even have gloves.
Didn't they?
No.
Oh, your hands would sting.
And in coronavirus, I don't know, something don't seem right about that. I hate to
I
be
don't
a
think you
Taryn,
can
but
get coronavirus out of horse shit.
oh, you never know. The horses might have it. They have that, you know. I nearly said mad cow disease.
Oh.
They didn't have that. What did they have
Yeah.
in the food?
Oh.
Oh, horse meat in the food, in the crispy
Yeah,
pancakes.
because they were eating their own meat. That's why.
Oh no, that was the mad cow disease.
And the same for horses, no?
Oh, that mad cow disease is bad. You know, what happens to you?
To a human?
Yeah.
We can get it as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Do you not remember that?
What
You were
happens?
probably a bit too young.
No, I remember because they wouldn't let me walk in the fields.
Yeah.
Where I worked,
That
where I lived.
That stuff is bad.
What's it do to the people?
Oh, they go fucking nuts.
You go a bit
and
mad,
then you
don't you?
die. Yeah, it's awful. It's fucking. Don't even.
Did I just
look
say
it
go a
up.
bit mad?
You go entirely mad, and then you die. Awful things happen, and you die.
How
It's
do you
horrendous.
get it? By like eating...
Eating those burgers that the cows have been eating beef because it was.
You would never
cheap.
know about the
Yeah.
meat from a supermarket.
And it's so random. Like the people who got it, like we could easily have got it as kids because
Oh.
you know it was people our age.
Mm.
It's completely fucked.
Sophie had to clean and polish shoes, which she said she thought had shit on them. It
Oh,
could have
yeah.
been, could have been a manure on them, to be fair.
She was going, "I'm not a princess. I'm not a princess." When she was polishing them, Sophie was very determined in this task.
She was
really.
doing the mind thing.
Yeah, I liked Sophie in this mode.
Yeah, that's me too.
Mm.
And Kieran and Matt in this section had um,
Bloody more pampering.
spa products, wasn't it? As
I noticed
face
that
masks.
those
and
face
stuff.
masks were from Primark.
Were they?
Yeah,
Oh my
because the
god.
face wipe. Look,
Budget is
they had
tight.
these face wipes.
Gently does it, did
Yeah,
they?
well, not those exact ones, but it was the same branding.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Casey and Sarah were peeling prawns in this one. You wouldn't. cope
Oh,
with that, would
I
you?
couldn't be dealing with that. I hate those prawns that. Oh, I don't want to be that person.
What?
Actually, when someone ate them and they didn't just get thrown away, and now I'm that person saying that.
Are you saying you hope they did?
I
like,
hope
a
they did
waste
get
of
you.
prawns.
Yeah, because those are actual animals. That I hope they
That's
died for
a lot
a reason.
of tiny lives.
Yeah, I hope
Well-
they died for a reason.
They got to be on TV. A lot of people would die for that.
Next.
Big Brother says, as you can see, Daniel, the more you complain, the worse the tasks will get.
That's not
But
true.
there was
'cause that
not
the
another
end
one
of the
coming,
task.
yeah.
Stupid.
Sophie thinks she's cleaning shit off the shoes.
Mm.
Oh yeah, so Casey and Sarah were doing this describe yourself in 3 words
Oh, yeah.
thing. I feel like we should do this
Do you know
for
what?
each other.
Do you know what? Jack says this to me all the time.
What?
Describe this person in 3 words. Describe this person. And recently, when we were talking about you, Jack said to me, describe Gaz in 3 words.
Yeah. What
Do you
did
want to
say?
hear the 3 words we said? I'm sure
do.
you do.
Did you have different
I'm
words
going to be
each?
honest. No, I think I said them. I said, the first one I said was arrogant. And actually, this might have been a joint one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think Jack said this one. Self-assured. I don't know if that counts as one word or two.
Oh.
He said he's very, very self-assured, which is true, and that's actually a nice way of saying arrogant. And my third one was kind. Because you are kind. You can be very kind. People don't know that about you, but you can be.
Aw,
That's what
nice.
he said. And then we were talking actually in quite some depth about how self-assured you are and how that's a quality that we don't have and that is very admirable.
Oh.
And I said, God, you should see him when we're actually at the Big Brother house and he's just fucking running around like a maniac and like, you can tell everyone is just like, shit, we're just not like that.
But that's a different Gaz.
No, it is different.
That's
but
like Gaz times 100.
it is, but you are very just
Shellfish.
There's
a title in it.
The prawns again. I feel like you know yourself very well, and you don't. Nothing could threaten. If someone said to you, "Oh, you're this," or "Why do you do that?" You wouldn't give 2 fucks.
No,
you just be like,
probably
"I
not.
am what I am, so you can fuck off."
Probably. But then I also think there's a side that you don't see, which is
no.
actually
I see.
very anxious.
Yeah, no, I've seen that side
You
of
see-
you
of
many
course you
times.
have,
I've
actually.
seen that side, but there's a side that the listeners may not see, that you get anxious about things.
Yeah.
But I don't think that stops you being self-assured. I think that's a separate thing. I think you can still be very, very self-assured and you can still get anxious about things, because being anxious isn't a personality trait and being self-assured is. If you know what I mean. Being anxious is just a state of mind.
Yeah, it is, and that's the problem with it half the time.
I think that's why I can't sleep. I really do. I'm so anxious about everything at the moment.
I've got a bit of it too.
And just being out of that routine and just not really walking around enough.
Not walking around.
Not using up energy.
Sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, just sitting on my arse, basically.
Did Jack have different words for me? Or was that these are your words? Or?
I can't remember because it's a bit off my head at the time, to be honest.
Selfish.
But this was when we were talking. No, I don't think we did say that actually, because we were in quite a happy state of mind. and this was when we were talking about you being funny as well. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you've been quite funny.
I should have thought about what my 3 words to describe you would be.
Actually, that funny though, in retrospect. I feel like I've been too nice to you in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, you should have thought of mine. Now you've got to think on the spot. You've got to make them nice
Yours,
like mine
were. But
Da-da,
this is not
da-da,
a word.
da-da. Oh, what the fuck is it then?
What's the word for like committed to your beliefs?
Passionate.
Passionate. Intelligent.
Oh, I like that one. I think I'm quite
And-
dumb, to be honest.
What? You think
Especially
you're dumb?
these days. I think I'm getting stupider by the minute.
Emotional.
Oh, I am very emotional.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't want that to be one of my words.
Do you not?
No.
But you really are.
But I don't think that's a positive. Do you?
I don't think
And
it's
also,
a negative. People associate being emotional with being negative, but I don't think it is.
Passionate and emotional are also too similar. I want
Okay,
a
quite
different
similar.
one.
A different one. Funny.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because passion leads to emotion.
Yeah, it
like
does.
sometimes you become angry because you feel strongly about something, or you will be like upset because you feel strongly about something as well, and they do come with passion. Both of those things.
I can be very, very angry, and I do often think, ironically, going back to the domestic violence thing, if I was a guy, would I be more aggressive? Because I'd have
As
more
a sort of, like,
testosterone.
Instinctive, like fight back.
Yeah,
like,
and both my brothers are aggressive. My dad's aggressive. I'm aggressive in the way that I talk, but I don't fight. I used to fight when I was a teenager, but I don't fight anymore.
Did you?
Yeah, I used
Physically?
To. Yeah, I used to get in loads of fights as a teenager. I've told you this on the podcast before. Yeah, I had my head split open. That's how it glued back together because I had a fight.
I didn't know that.
And the police came around my house because I grabbed the girl who split my head open. I saw her in town, and she didn't see me. I went up behind her and grabbed her by the head and pulled on the floor and was kicking her.
Jesus!
And the police come around my house. I was only 15, so I couldn't do anything.
Wow.
You've been to Northampton, right? Anyway.
Yeah, well, I've never seen anything like that. I always think the people from Northampton are nicer. Than
Oh,
where I'm
they're
from.
not. But anyway, as soon as I started taking ecstasy, I never got in another fight ever again.
Oh,
But it
interesting.
does make me think. Like, I do have those tendencies, and I do like getting in an argument. There's no doubt about that. Both online and also like just on the train and in my car. Like, I do enjoy arguing.
Confrontational might be a word.
Yeah,
actually.
but I don't want to be that.
Do you know what else is another word for you?
Oh, no.
And there's too many. It's too many words. But pessimistic.
Oh,
You are always built to expect the
What
worst.
about cynical?
Cynical, yeah.
Yeah. No, actually pessimistic is probably truer. Oh, that's so true. I am like that.
Well, I'm obviously... I have tendencies to sort of expect the unexpected. I will always go to the worst case scenario about many things, but like I feel like with us, you will often jump to like,
the worst.
okay, I've lost I'm going to lose my job,
catastrophizing,
and like this is catastrophizing,
Yeah.
and I'm always like, no, it doesn't mean this, and I feel like that's like shouting it to him a bit, saying it to you because like I don't know if me saying those things helps you feel any better.
No, it does. But do you actually believe?
Yes. See, this is another thing. In your head, you're like, he's just saying that because to make you feel better. He doesn't believe it.
No. I'm just wondering if you are. Do you feel that you're a naturally optimistic sort of person?
I used to. I feel like as I'm older, I'm more predisposed to
Oh shit! I might be
worst
rubbing
case
off on you.
scenario. I don't know.
Is that the anxiety though? Because that could be a thing that if you weren't feeling anxious anymore, you wouldn't feel like that anymore.
Yeah, anxious. Being anxious makes it worse, obviously, and a lot of stuff is probably learnt behaviour from whatever you've been through before. But like, I would always catastrophise that I was the source of a problem in a relationship or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or like, if I've done this and this is going to result in this person thinking or feeling this, and I've learnt to believe that actually stop believing that it's always my fault. But even sometimes now, I still do it.
Nothing can ever be always your fault, can it?
No, I suppose not.
But yeah, your mind plays tricks on you, doesn't it? It's horrible. It's like the coping mechanisms that your mind puts into place can be the very things that sabotage you. Oh my God, I am intelligent. It's true though.
Yeah, and I also think that some of the stuff that we learn and some of the fears that we sort of pick up as we get older, it's just because you learn from past experience and you put up a wall to protect yourself from some damage or whatever's happened to you in the past.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what? This is a really frivolous, silly thing, but you know Jack's scared of flies?
Yeah.
And because he keeps reacting every time, we see a fly, there's a fly on TV or there's a fly in the room, he reacts so viscerally to it.
Yeah.
It started to make me feel like I'm scared of flies. And I'm not scared of flies at all. And I'm like, I don't want this shit rubbing off on... I don't want this rubbing off on me. I couldn't give two fucks about flies. But now when I see a fly, I'm like, because I know he's going to be worried about it. I start getting worried about it. I'm like, I don't want that. I've got my own problems. I don't need to be catching these fears, eating problems, fly. I just don't need it. I've got my own issues. So you have to be careful.
It's like they say that the only reason anyone's like scared of spiders is if you learn it from your parents.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It's a completely irrational fear.
Yeah, that's what...
And I know that my mum was scared of them, and I'm scared of them, but my dad wasn't.
Yeah.
So why...
Because the scaring
thing
reaction is the reaction. Yeah, that's the one that you saw your mum going, ooh. Yeah. And that's the one that you remember, isn't it? The horrible one.
And I don't think I will ever overcome that fear. And actually, to be honest with you, I don't want to. Because overcoming the fear means holding the spider and...
It's a innate thing. That's why I don't think Jack being scared of flies is stupid, because everyone has got something like that. Yeah. And it's completely irrational. And
like, for example... Danny and Bubbles.
Yeah. And what was some of the stupid ones?
Daniel and Pigeons.
Grating cheese.
Yeah.
It must have been
Scaling a fish.
Awful incident with the cheese grating back in the day. But yeah, I never ever take the piss out of people's fears because they come from, I do think they come from childhood, but now I'm picking up this one about flies. I don't want it.
They do, but what I think is sad is like you become more fearful as you go through life just from experience, and it's a shame that you can't get less fearful, more fearless.
Maybe you can.
Maybe you can.
I don't know how though. Jump out of a plane, maybe.
No thanks.
No, me either.
Can we have a break?
Yeah, let's have a break.
A toilet break.
Oh, we've had a bit of a deep.
We did go deep.
Chat
we
there.
Deep then, based off of Casey and Sarah talking about.
Describe yourself with 3 words.
Yeah, we didn't even get to what theirs are.
Honestly, Jack loves doing that. He does it about everything, and it does mine in, to be honest. It's annoying. Right, let's pause. Right,
we're back.
Let's finish this.
We've got a drink.
Podcast. Yeah, we're actually having an alcohol. This is why our podcast's been so shit. We haven't been drinking.
Dry.
We haven't been drinking. We need to get. Was it the first BB Australia one? We were absolutely fucked at the end. That was probably
Yeah.
the best one.
We did drink a couple of times ago when I tried that.
Yeah, but we
daiquiri you're
weren't
drinking
drunk.
now.
We were just drinking these like, shitty little.
Oh yeah, the
premix
first one we were
drinks.
hammered. I was speaking like on slow motion, like it's been rewound by Big Brother by the end.
You can't get drunk on these little premix drinks. You know, even, no matter what they'll tell you on
They're a
BB
con.
UK. You can't. They
Yeah.
don't do nothing.
Anyway, the describing yourself in 3 words thing. Oh,
Oh,
by the way,
bloody hell.
one that I should put for you is
You've done like 10 for me.
articulate.
Oh.
That's one. Maybe that's better than intelligent.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm articulate.
more than I am.
People wouldn't.
Half the time I'm like, what's that word? Like, I can't fucking get it out.
Yeah, but I don't think people would think that listen to this. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Sarah was described by Casey as bubbly, positive, and determined. I think this was the schmoozing.
You know what bubbly means?
Fat.
Yeah.
Casey said she was going to use determined for herself. Right,
yeah.
okay. Maybe Sarah described herself as
Determined?
bubbly, positive, and determined, and
No.
Casey was like, "I was going to call you determined as well,"
No.
which I thought was interesting psychological behaviour. Carry
Oh,
on.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah, like, oh, she said that. I'm big it up.
Schmoozing.
Yeah,
It's the
schmooze
schmoozing
it.
in action.
Yeah.
No person would describe themselves as bubbly because everyone knows what that means.
Yeah, good
People
point.
have called me bubbly before. I'm just like, don't even fucking.
Oh,
try
really?
it. That
'Cause
is
you're
a-
not.
That is a
You're not bubbly.
microaggression.
Oh yeah.
What's the white version of a microaggression?
Slight on your character.
Someone being a bitch.
Sarah said, "You're to Casey, humble. You're humble. You're very humble."
Oh,
Casey's very humble,
humble.
apparently. Rough.
Well, rough. Yeah, rough as arseholes.
Chad tries to get into Matt and Kira's pamper room at the end.
Oh
Chad was
yeah.
trying to get them with the manure hands, and
That was
Matt was
weird.
holding the door. I was a bit nervous at that point.
I wasn't.
They,
Kieran dance. Why was Kieran dancing?
oh, because they passed the task.
Oh,
That's
Kieran needs to
terrible.
stop dancing. For,
If you can even call it dancing.
Forever.
And then they get out. Bear in mind that they've just been to. Oh yeah, they were stamping Big Brother eyes in envelopes.
Third mention of envelopes. Fucking hell, man. What is going on with envelopes today? They're everywhere.
And Kieran comes out and goes, "Oh, today was fun. I had the best day, man. Like,
What the fuck
get
did
to
you say
grip."
that for, stupid cunt? Because he's drunk.
Yeah, probably.
But hold on, why would one person be sorting through manure, another person be whatever, all these other
And they
things?
still thought stamping
someone
envelopes was a
stamping.
good idea to have as an
That's
excuse.
absolutely ludicrous.
What would you have said you were doing?
Uh,
I know,
go on.
but it's noisy.
Go
Like
on.
undoing padlocks with a load of keys.
Oh,
That's a Big Brother.
that's
That's like a reality
annoying.
TV staple.
That's annoying. Yeah, I was thinking of something gross. Oh, what's going on?
Smashing eggs on your head.
Oh,
What? What was
don't talk about eggs. We've already had
that?
do a bit of
Offline conversation.
offline egg chat. Right. Then what happened? I'm just leaving it all.
Then
to
Big
you now.
Brother revealed the real task
The
on the
real
screen.
task was-
Big Brother showed them what
I
they've
do
been
like
doing
that
on
big
the screen.
screen. That is one of the coolest bits of Big Brother.
I like that too. Alfie
Yeah.
doesn't like it. It's
Why?
A bit,
Let's not talk about
I
it.
don't know why he doesn't like it, but
It's really cool.
It's a bit weird when they've just got like an image of like a flowing river on the background for no reason.
Oh, did I?
Occasionally,
What the
yeah.
fuck's that? The Big Brother screensaver?
Yeah. Kieran goes, "I've had 6 glasses of champagne today." And they passed the task.
Oh, and
Should
they
they have passed?
they were a bit pissed off with Kieran, I thought. Well, it ain't his fault he picked the room to go on a secret task, was it?
No.
Dan was like
you're
looking
right.
at him like,
Yeah, because Dan didn't get the nice treatment. That's why
no,
I'm pissed off.
for
Jealous.
once.
Yeah, because Dan went to the diary room right after this. Do you remember?
Yes. I've
Um,
written Dan's reaction says it all about what a cunt he is.
What is it? Big Brother goes. Dan goes, "Hello, Big Brother," and Big Brother goes, "Mm-hmm."
Well, yeah, I like that. I've written that too.
He goes, "All you've done today is moan about Big Brother."
Yeah.
Do you know how this makes Big Brother feel?
He also said, "You have hurt Big Brother.
Yeah. Big Brother shouldn't have feelings.
Big Brother just wanted you to earn your keep.
Mhm.
You've hurt Big Brother. Big Brother, don't admit that. Are you a sissy?"
That's offensive.
Yeah, it is. I feel like that's something Australians would say, though, don't
Probably,
you?
yeah.
What are you, sissy?
Oh, you flaming galah. Big girl's blouse. Was Dan remorseful?
That is so Australian.
Big Brother basically opened the door for him to get out, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they just open the door and just
Yeah.
like, bye. Get the fuck out of here.
What is that sound? What's that called? You
What's
know
that?
the diary room door makes that hydraulic sound,
yeah.
doesn't it? It's like hydraulics.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, hydraulics. I think. Kieran was claiming to be a strategic mastermind that never stops thinking, and
About food.
He thinks he's the puppet master.
I've written, if Kieran is the puppet master, who is the puppet? That's your title of the week.
The people's puppet, Michael, probably.
I've not seen him appearing in any films lately.
Kieran said they're playing my game, but they don't even know they're playing my game. Sophie has noticed that Casey is working on Sarah. Sophie started to get a bit twitchy.
This was the flim flam section.
Was it?
Where they were basically saying that Sarah and Casey were getting so close and she was going apart from Chad and
It worked
Sophie.
on me a little bit.
Oh, you fool.
Sophie in the diary said, I need Sarah so that I can get rid of Casey, as she's... obviously my auto correction has taken over. It says my mummy. She's mummy number one target. I think it means my number one target. Sarah said to go on.
Yeah, and Casey were talking, and Casey said you need to worry about the pillow talk. That's when they'll be plotting. Chad and Sophie having pillow talk. They won't be having pillow talk. He'll just be feeling her boobs when she's got a top off, I'd imagine.
Sarah said to Matt, I know that if it came to it, Chad and Sophie would pick each other over me.
Of course they would. But that's not how the end game works. The public pick
right.
out of 3 people.
That's why it makes this version entirely different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The public might not put respect on your game. Matt and Dan were discussing Sarah in the garden like it was a business meeting.
Oh yeah, they were actually. You're right. I hate the way those two talk to each other.
Because they are running it.
Oh, I'll tell you this, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly what was said, and I'll tell you
Go on.
exactly what's wrong with it.
Tell me.
So I did a tweet about this. Matt was talking to Dan, and he said, you don't want to get to 5 people and go, it's us 2 and them 2. So he's saying Sarah doesn't want to get to the 5 people and have Matt and Dan on one side and Sophie and Chad on the other. Yeah, she does. Then they go after each other, and Sarah sits. Did I say Sophie? Sarah sits in the middle while those 2 go after each other. So they don't understand basic rudimentary Big Brother strategy. You don't need the red string to work that one out.
Is Sarah playing a strong game? She makes out that she's been a tactic the whole way.
Sarah and Kieran, the fucking strategical mastermind. If I hear the word strategical one more time...
I'm sure it's not a word.
It's not a word, but then when you put it in, when you write it, it doesn't underline it. But that don't sound right. It should just be strategic.
He said he thinks it is a word.
Well, I trust myself and you more than Dan and autocorrect. Yeah.
His English teacher.
I know. I know about English. I think it is a word, but then you can just say strategic, so why say strategical?
Yeah, why
would you need that word? Yeah, why would you need that word when we've already got strategic?
We don't. All drug.
No, get rid of it.
So said still nobody sees that Dan and Matt need to be split up.
Talking of your Dan, has he actually been watching this now?
Yeah.
What do you think? Has he gone shit or he still likes it?
He still likes it. I haven't got any comment. We didn't make any voice notes this week, unfortunately.
Not much to say.
Dan fans.
Not much to say, is there? You
Not
can
much
follow
to say.
Dan on Twitter, though. What's Dan's Twitter?
Mr. Daniel Ireland.
Yeah, follow him. He's got your back in the Twitter fights, depending on what they're about. I think just had your back regardless of what you were saying.
The Noms Challenge was next, I've got. Do you remember what this was? It's a bit of an old staple.
The wall comp.
That noise is familiar.
Kieran said, as I call it, the torture chamber. That noise? What noise? The hydraulic?
Yeah.
Stop saying hydraulic.
The sound of the wall tipping. But it was a bit more elaborate than the wall task,
It
I
was.
thought. And it was harder.
It was harder,
because you haven't got that wall to lean on.
Oh,
whereas
that's
in the
true,
US, they've always got the wall to try and lean on.
That's true.
But here, it's just a frame, and you're like a cat over a bathtub, trying to not hit the water.
Yeah, that's hard. But also, no one can push you, like on the wall comp when BBUS.
What, other people could push you?
Yeah, when Ted pushes you off because they don't want you back in the house. Yeah.
That's sort of got itchy eye.
Kieran's personal best so far was 10 seconds. Did you see my tweet?
That was a piss take, wasn't it? No, carry on.
I said, I bet that's not his only personal best. That doesn't even make sense.
No, what does that mean?
I was alluding to him, having sex.
With Hannah?
10 seconds.
Ah! Yeah, had
Hopefully
sex.
I'll rate it better in this week.
He has not had sex.
How old is he?
19, isn't he?
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Or was he 21? I can't remember.
Oh,
What?
Oh, Dan was doing a Big Brother impression going, it's like, shut up.
And then Kieran was like, oh, Dan's coming for your job, Big Brother. And then even Kieran was imitating Big Brother when he was off of the frame as well.
And Dan said about Big Brother, he's in charge and I'm second in charge, which I thought was accurate.
Big Brother seems to have handed it to him as well. At the very start of that, I noticed that Matt, Casey and Dan were all next to each other and they all agreed that Sophie and Chad would go up.
But Sophie was very focused. Did you see her? She was like, she said to Chad, yeah, she said to Chad, just let me focus. And she was just staring.
Chad was getting on her nerves a little bit. He was like fussing, wasn't he?
I think that Sophie stepped her game up a gear.
Rightly so. She's an Olympic level athlete, supposedly. Perhaps she's been keeping it under wraps until now.
She sure has.
Dan said, what do you prefer, the pain in your hands or the pain of realising you're going home?
No, didn't Big Brother say that? Or was that Dan as Big Brother?
That was Dan as Big
Dan
Brother.
as Big Brother. Like in a film. Dan as Big Brother. As Big Brother. And special guest Dan as Big Brother.
Yeah, Sophie said, I think I might be able to win this one. I said she must have learnt her lesson from that last challenge.
Yeah.
Sarah fell first. Big Brother said Marissa would be so proud of Kieran's aerobics. Remember that?
Yeah, Kieran actually did 45 minutes on this challenge, which is quite impressive.
That's impressive for Kieran.
Yeah.
He fell next. Said he lasted much longer than we expected. At 50 minutes, Big Brother tilted them some more, and they were almost flat, I said. And Dan was like, they're not almost flat.
They were like quite...
I thought it was quite.
Yeah.
It was more extreme than US Big Brother, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tilt.
Oh, big time.
Casey next dropped, and then after an hour elapsed, Casey said, what's this? Good job, boys. Oh, good job, boys, and Sophie. Which is a bit of a stab in the back. Or not even in the back, in the front. Then another tilt, and Big Brother said, you're almost at 90 degrees. Matt dropped, and Dan was sweating, and he fell. Chad was wearing the wrong shoes for this. Did you realise what he was wearing?
What?
He was wearing Vans.
Crocs.
You know, Vans are like the Crocs.
Yeah, I used to wear Vans back in the day.
They're like skateboarding shoes, so they're utterly flat.
Yeah,
they have no grip.
They are. Chunky
Why
soul.
would you bring those in for physical comps?
He don't know what he's coming into, does he?
He just knows fashion, doesn't he?
He's just like, oh, here I am. Strike a pose.
I said, Chad fell like he was jumping down the emergency exit chute of an aeroplane. And then Sophie won.
Well done, Soph.
And she still wants to evict Casey.
I was happy Sophie won, weren't you?
Me too, because she said she could win it. She went through, she did it. She already flaked out of that last competition, regretfully. So it was a nice comeback.
I wondered how long, when it was just Sophie and Chad left.
How long was it? Did we find out?
No, but I wondered how long Chad left it before he dropped, when it was just him and Sophie.
Yeah, I was thinking at this point, you're
'cause
both
it
as
doesn't
good
matter,
as one.
does it?
Yeah, but Chad stayed there a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
he probably wanted to like pretend that they weren't working together.
There's really no point in that now. At the nominations, Sophie nominated Casey. She said, I just don't trust her. I don't feel comfortable here with her.
But why didn't
I think
Sophie...
she wants me out of the game and she'll do anything to get me out.
Why didn't she nominate Dan or Matt as well? Why did she nominate Kieran? Why?
She said it's shit about Kieran. It's risky. I don't want Kieran to go tonight. Kieran was the
swing vote.
Swing vote.
No, he wasn't even voting.
No, that's what they would call themselves in this situation.
It's stupid.
He was the swing vote.
He was the pawn.
He was the pawn. Sophie was hoping for a tie, and Big Brother reminded that Big Brother kind of went through the rules with Sophie, expecting a tie. Do you remember?
Ooh, Booker. Yeah, I do.
He said, in the event of a tie, the power to evict is yours. Which kind of, Dan and I were waiting to find out what happened in a tie.
Yeah.
And it was quite exciting to find out.
It was just what happens in the US, wasn't it? I've written Casey's tattoos are gross. I've said that before. I kept imagining what Casey would look like as an old woman. Imagine it.
Oh, all the tattoos.
Ooh, like an old crone with the tattoos.
What's a crone?
Like an old crone, you know, like old witch out of Snow White.
Oh, yeah. With the apple.
Yeah,
Turn over when you like. Kieran was on the block for the 6th time. Casey goes, I know why you've put me up. And Sophie goes, do you?
Yeah.
she said, the other day someone told me, I don't think she said Marissa,
Oh, yeah.
Casey can't stand you.
Yeah.
And she's very vocal about it.
Yeah. And Casey's like, it's a cop-out?
Yeah, she accused
just a
Sophie of making a
cop-out?
massive cop-out. But then she didn't suggest... Who was she suggesting Sophie should have nominated?
I don't know. Oh,
She
I
didn't
guess
say
maybe the boys.
it was a cop-out to not nominate Dan or Matt. I just want to see those conversations happening. Why are they not?
I don't know, because I don't think they're happening.
Even Sonia in the eviction room could say, like, you know, Dan and Matt, you seem to have a strong alliance.
Yeah.
Why do you think people aren't coming for you?
Yeah,
because she
would be
does
good.
that sort of thing.
That would be good. I wish she would do that.
Start sowing some seeds.
So when Casey said it's a cop-out to Sophie, Sophie went, no, it's not a cop-out because you're the person I want to nominate. That was sort of how she replied to it. She did. She's like, oh, no, it's not a cop-out. It's my nomination. This is so weak. Just pull yourself together.
Chad tells Kieran it's going to come to a split vote and we're saving you. Kieran said, these people, they've put me through hell. These people, they keep using me as an easy vote and it's not fair.
Well, you're not getting voted out, so who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
The porn star.
Swing vote. Is El Cockroach. Matt was referencing Sophie's Choice again. He's referenced this before. Oh, it's Sophie's Choice.
Oh, fuck off.
Sarah is the swing vote.
Oh, God. Stop saying swing.
And
Makes you think of a swing bin.
And now she knows it. Sarah tells Matt and Casey that she's voting Kieran out.
You've missed a very important quote.
What's that?
Casey said, it might be a smart move for Sarah to jump ship and jump over to the cool side.
I've just come into that now.
Oh.
And the fact that she called it the cool side was really embarrassing. Yeah.
Hold on. The cool side, you got her, Dan
so
and Matt.
Cool.
And then on the other side, you've got an Olympic athlete and an international male model. Oh, I think I know which is the cool side.
Failed AFL player.
Yeah.
Matt
person
from
from
Broken
Hill.
who goes to the bar.
And old crone in the making.
What do we know about Casey? About her life?
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Nothing. I know nothing.
I do feel kind of bad for her in a way that they've not really shown anything of her.
She got a dog?
She
What's
is
nose
a dog.
Look like? Like, she had a VT? I can't remember.
Maybe they've not even... did they show her call home? I can't remember. Was hers...
Her cool home?
The call...
her cool home?
Phone call. No, it was Sarah, his boyfriend, worked in the supermarket, wasn't it?
Can't remember.
Yeah,
Casey's.
no, I think they'd actually probably giving her a bad edit, but then she's giving herself a bad edit by being a bitch.
There you go. Casey asked Sarah if she needs to campaign with her, and Sarah said no.
Oh, Sarah was being very sort of elusive about which way she was
In fact, she
going to
wouldn't
go.
give Kieran and Sophie an answer.
That
Pissed
was
me
annoying.
off.
She was being... I don't know why she did that.
She was being like all like... She like coquettish
Yeah.
about it, like grinning with those funny little teeth she's got
Yeah,
showing.
I didn't like
Little
that.
Cheshire cat. Sophie basically cornered Sarah in the bedroom to push her to vote Casey, and she goes, "I need you to promise."
And then
And
Matt
she was like, "Oh."
and Matt and Dan were like, "Oh, Sarah don't like being told what to do," weren't they?
Sorry, but all Sarah has done
Yeah.
in this season has been told what to do. Like when Talia forced her to nominate Marissa and whoever else.
Yeah.
And like when when
good
Zoe
point.
forced her to nominate
Oh,
whoever she wanted to nominate.
Very well remembered.
Yeah.
No one likes being told what to do, but
Sarah is so short because she hasn't got a backbone. Sarah shakes Kieran's hand and then says, "I'll think about it."
Oh,
And
yeah.
Kieran's in the door. I'm going, "I'll think about it."
yeah.
I'll think about it.
So Sarah's managed to piss off her own alliance, the swing vote, and also
Everyone.
the other side by not voting with them. So that was dumb.
Foolish.
Too bad.
Now, what about Trunk Watch in the garden? Did you notice this?
Oh, I wasn't on Trunk Watch.
Dan and Matt were in the garden tanning,
Oh yeah.
and Matt had
Oh, go
Dan
on.
had his trademark $sign
Oh
speedos on.
God! What a
Did you not
cringe bag.
notice?
No.
Matt's speedos.
No.
They had koala bears on them.
Right.
Repeated pattern.
Okay. Are they nice?
Equal chic.
It's hard to say. I was hoping you were going to give us an update on the size of the packages.
Oh no, it was butts up.
Oh,
They were
butts
front
up.
down, so we couldn't see the packages.
I'm saying chic.
I feel like you'd like the koala
Yeah,
bears.
that sounds nice to me.
Reminds me of Tim Dormer and the gummy koalas as well. You know,
Don't you think thinking about Tim Dormer and
Tully
and was it Priya? Who was it? Think about those housemates.
the quality of the housemate.
Like we've gone in reverse. Like
Yeah.
we've gone back 10 years
have.
instead of 4. Why? Why have we done that?
I don't know why.
Why
But like
why
also,
has that
I mean,
happened?
even like Ben from Brisbane, I can only really reference the last 2 seasons
I
of
fucking
BB
hate Ben from
Australia.
Brisbane,
But as a character,
yeah, he
he's a very
stands
distinct
out.
character.
Yeah. He would certainly stand out in this house.
Do you remember like Nana and all this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like Kieran. They tried to capture that with Kieran, but is not quite hitting the mark.
No. The character, it feels like it
The
feels
character-
so flat, but I don't know if
it's
that's
very
because of
flat.
the format or the characters. Like, did we actually get to know? Yeah, I feel like we got to know Tim and Drew and Tully and
I watched an
all
episode, so I stopped. I never finished season 10 Australia
fuck knows
completely, but I knew I was on episode 40 something odd, and I watched the 40 something eviction on Video Brother the
why. How
other day.
many episodes of that show is there?
Like 80
Oh
something.
my god, no wonder you give it.
Shout out to Video Brother, because the archive of all UK, all of Australia, and all of America is all on their website, and it's free for everyone. Go check it. But
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for uploading all that stuff. Anyway, I decided to just put on the eviction, which was the one which had that band task where we started, which we opened the show with. And it was when Drew and Tully's relationship was like coming to like a head where Drew kind of wanted to know whether Tully would leave her girlfriend for him. And like every single housemate in there, apart from maybe the one who was really good looking, who they said was really good looking.
That Ed guy.
Ed
And Jade.
and one other guy.
Oh, was there another guy? I don't remember him. I just remember Ed
One
going
with-
on the date with Jade and Sully.
Did Ed shave his head in the house?
Ed was the one going on about playing cards all the time, playing cards against Tim, which he never bloody played. No, he didn't shave his head. No, I don't know who that was.
Matt actually.
Oh, not
Matt and
another
Ed.
one.
They're kind of, for me, they're like the sort of nothing.
Yeah,
people.
like we've got a whole series of now.
But
those
like
people.
even Michaela, who isn't really like that memorable as a personality, she had issues with
That's
like
true.
Tahan. She had like a problem with Tahan, and there
she
was like
Asian?
and there
yes, I
was
did
like a big
remember.
tension between them.
How did I remember that?
And like the Sugar Sisters, they were like
they were annoying,
like Samantha,
but they were
but
more
Australian
annoying.
version.
But they were good to
But
hate.
everyone was there for a reason.
They were like had a specific character that they were twins and that was their thing and blah blah blah.
Exactly.
They stood out. That's the problem with this cast. No one really stands
all
out.
blend
The only
into
person
one.
who stood out was fucking Angela.
The only person.
Literally the only one.
And Alan.
Oh yeah, Alan was good.
Alan was good. I say Angela, Garth, and Alan are the 3 biggest characters
What
in
about
this season.
Sabon?
Oh, Sabon.
He could have been good, but we'll never know.
didn't get a chance to know
We'll
him,
never
so-
know. We'll never know.
Sabon too soon.
It's good. It's good.
Sarah was claiming to have a game plan in the diary room, which I don't really buy,
No,
to be
I
honest
don't
with you.
either.
In the eviction room, Sonia had come as a mashup of Two-Face and the Riddler, I said. 'Cause, like, her suit was like half
Yeah.
black, half like with
Spider
a
web.
neon green
Yeah.
web over it. Sonia described the comp as a torture chamber, which you said that's what Kieran said. Sonia said, Dan, how many lives does Kieran have? And I've written here that even Sonia doesn't have any shit to stir. They must know the season's getting boring. I just felt like Sonia wasn't going at them like she had
No.
done previously.
Even she can't be asked.
And that's when I've written here, excuse me, bug. Why doesn't Sonia call out Dan and Matt as an alliance?
Yeah, good idea.
My notes here are really like just pointless
Oh, I've
observations.
just given it the ghost.
I wrote, Sophie looks a bit like Cat Dealey, but this could be because I'm lying sideways.
I've written, I know it's a very unhelpful. I've written, Sophie is a full-on weirdo. I've written, why? I don't know.
Casey said, I don't know, it could go one of 2 ways. I
Yeah,
put, no
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
There's 2 of them on the block.
State the obvious society.
So, in the vote, Chad voted for Casey, Matt voted for Kieran, Dan voted for Kieran, and then Sarah, our swing vote, voted for Casey, making it a tie.
Ooh.
Sophie. To
So
the diary
Sarah
room.
did stick with her team after all.
She did, but why was she being so shady boots about it? Shady boots.
Now
Girl,
why?
I play Xbox.
Now why? I gave her that the other day. Now why? Tell me. Does
Tell me why.
what's her face? Sophie have to go to the diary room to cast her vote
I wondered that as well.
Thank you.
I thought just stand up and do it now.
face to face.
Yeah,
Like
I would
you
have
would-
preferred that.
It would have been more
It's a bit
drama.
drawn out.
And we knew who she was going to vote for anyway. So what's the point?
That's the point. She's not going to go Kieran.
Go to the diary room and then tell them, and then
Sonia tells you.
Yeah, what's the fucking point? I've got things to do. Get on with my life.
Yeah, talk about it for 3 hours.
Yeah,
a day later.
I've got shit to do, but I still ain't got time for this. I've written Sophie's lipstick looks great. There you go. Oh, after she voted, she said namaste.
Oh yeah, she did, didn't she? That's annoying. They're all saying that. All right, shout out,
Caitlin.
Caitlin. That's it.
Bring Caitlin back 4 stars, please. Oh, fuck.
Casey said she doesn't know if it was a bad decision for Sarah to vote her out. And she said she's not sad to go.
She said, it's so emotionally overwhelming and draining in the house.
Oh, so draining.
And she says, Matt has that true blue Aussie heart, and I can see Australia loving him. What does that mean, that true blue Aussie heart?
True blue? Is that even Australian?
True
I guess the flag's blue.
Okay.
If that is what Australia loves, surely, I mean, look at... I'm
Australia,
sorry.
sort yourself out.
Don't spoil me on the season 11, because I actually don't know who won it.
But, I don't either.
Like, Tim was loved by Australia, right?
Yeah.
You can't compare Matt and Tim. It's like...
No, that's the weird part.
Comparing chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
Weird comparison. No, it's like comparing Ben and Jerry's and a hairdryer.
It's season 11, Tim and Joe and all that.
Yeah.
And you don't know who won it?
I know that one.
Oh, which one don't you know?
Priya's
The one
season,
after.
I don't know.
I can't remember who won that. I was going to say, you must know who won that one. Anyway, don't say in case people don't say. Yeah, I can only remember Priya and that guy who did the magic, because there's a gif of him. Do you remember?
Yeah, that's
that guy.
This is magic.
I like that
I can't remember
guy.
what his name was.
I can't either, but I thought it was cute. Who else was in that season?
I can't remember that blonde girl.
If I saw them, I'd recognise them.
Tim came back, didn't he?
I can't think. Oh yeah, didn't Tim come back and was being a bit of a cunt?
Of course he was.
Yeah. Oh, he made someone shave their head.
Well, Ben in it as well.
Oh yeah,
Tim
Ben
and
was
Ben
in it
live
as
in
well.
their own apartment.
Yeah, and Tim made someone shave their head as well, and Tim
Was he
when
eligible to win?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think he just come back as, I don't know, a shit stir. But Tim, when he come back, he was like when Nikki come back and
Too
she was being,
self-aware.
she was being a dickhead when she was nasty to old Pieface.
I'm a legend.
Yeah, it was too much, and Tim was exactly the same way.
But how many followers he had?
Yeah, it's like they just believe their own hype. It's like, no. But then when Tim and Nikki were in Big Brother Canada,
gold.
they were brilliant, so all is forgiven. Was that it? That's just looked at me.
You referred to your notes.
I've written about Matt. Well, the rest of the world thinks he's a twat. After she said she could see Australia loving him.
I tell you what, I wish I knew what the public thought
Oh,
in Australia.
let me tell you something. A woman did not win Big Brother Australia for 5 years in a row. I'm not sure which 5 years it was, but this Australian Andrew idiot on Taryn's show was saying just how sexist Australia is. So he said there's absolutely no way a woman can win this, and which I think is 100% true.
Yeah, because there's no personality left in the girls that are there anyway.
There's no personality left in the boys who are there.
Well, they've given Dan a personality by
How?
making him a storyline.
I think Sarah could win. Maybe.
God, that'd be a bad winner if she wins.
Well, who would be a good winner right now? Sophie?
Maybe.
Chad?
Maybe.
Imagine it.
I don't know.
I want to look at Chad's Instagram. This fucking midge has got to go.
It's gotta go.
You gotta go. That's my advice. What?
Shall I
Yeah, let's do the emails.
get to the inbox?
I'm sure we're
Tell 'em
bursting with them.
Tell them what the address is, will you?
bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
And we don't have to pay for that, so it never shuts down.
Did
What?
we... Oh no, we read out any late emails we had from last week, didn't we? I doubt if we've got any late ones from this week.
Yeah, we did.
So
many emails, struggling to load.
I'm that bleep thing. Beep. What noise did it make when it went faster?
Doo-doo-doo. What date is it? It's July the 1st. Feedback from Laurie, is that one?
Hold on. Oh, was that a week ago? That was a week ago. I
GB,
think.
has he said Happy Canada Day to us already?
Yeah, we did that one.
God, I can't remember shit. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've had that one from Laurie. So, is it Nick Snow? Good to see Nick Snow in us again.
I know. I've been chatting to Nick Snow this week. I like that guy.
Nick Snow said, convos from Twitter,
Oh.
in brackets, way too long to read on the pod.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, go on, give us the headlines.
Hello, ladies and girls. Wanted to continue a couple of convos we've had on Twitter in the past week or so.
I told you
know
I've been
what?
talking to him.
This is valid stuff.
Read
and
it.
because
You can't go too long to read on the pod and send it into the pod. That's absurd.
last week, I spoke about Andy Heron and his tweet about not being invited back. And then I was theorising about whether a gay winner would have come about sooner if it was a public vote. Or not come yet, possibly, in America.
Yeah.
Nick Snow has decided to expand on that point.
Good.
Which I appreciate. He says, regarding a public vote for BBUS and how that might have impacted the timing, of our first gay winner, I definitely considered Marcellus from BB3. I can say this because Jack's not here.
Do you know what? My heart dropped when he said Marcellus, and I remember Jack wasn't here. Yeah, it's fine.
Even I stopped. I don't know who that is.
It's like the fucking fly all over again. This is what Jack is doing to me.
But in the end, I think Danielle would have won. So Marcellus did win, and he's gay. But didn't come out till later.
He most certainly did not win.
Oh, he didn't win?
No, but Danielle didn't win because there was a bit of jury. That's why the jury house was invented. Someone else won entirely.
I definitely considered Marcellus from BB3. But in the end, I think Danielle would have won, and the pub with the public in control, as she was both strategic and entertaining. In brackets, still some of the best DR commentary we've ever had.
Watching that series now, Danielle and Marcellus, they're such entertaining characters, and they're both black. And it's like before its time. It's like Big Brother before its time was ahead of its time, and then 20 years ago, and has regressed.
Yeah, regressed.
Just like Big Brother Australia has regressed.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Oh, there's a lot of regulation now. What was it? Even Davina said that. Oh, we can't have live feed because, there's regulation.
That was annoying when she said that.
Even if there wasn't really a strategic game to be played, I think she would have been like Tim Dormer and found a way to make it strategic.
She's very strategic.
When tweeting back and forth with Gaz at 5:40 p.m, I said Frankie Grande could have won his season, but that would have been a bit unfair since most of his votes would have been coming from his sister's fans.
That's true, but that does play a part sometimes, doesn't it?
Well,
In Celebrity Big Brother, if someone's got a big family,
yeah.
i.e. Charlotte Crosby,
Sarah Harding,
yeah.
And also Frankie Grande's brand is being her sister, so her brother.
Her brother, yeah.
Now on to Australian Andrew. We get it. You've watched every season of BBUS and Survivor. I promise you don't have to reference one of them every sentence. And then he only gets the name wrong of the most recent BBAU winner.
Oh, did you see it?
No, but you want to take over and not read the bit that says the winner.
I won't read it, don't worry. Did you see it?
No. It's in brackets.
Oh, it's okay. He's written the wrong name here, so it's fine. Oh.
No, it doesn't say who it was.
No, it does, but hold on. I'm trying to remember who this is. Honestly, you'll be none the wiser. I'll read the rest. But I won't say that bit just in case. I don't think he even mentioned that Ben Norris was a gay winner. This is a different person, I think. Yeah, it's a different person. Ben
Norris follows us,
That must have been in an old series that we didn't watch.
Yeah, he follows me or the podcast. Yeah, he definitely interacts with some BBAU stuff we post.
Oh, nor that Tim identified as straight at the time he was in the house.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's far
true.
from the straight white boy stereotype. And Tim has since
now
come
gay.
out as gay.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. We forgot that Tim had come out as gay in the last pod. He's also just extremely embarrassing on Twitter, lol, about Australian Andrew. Here's hoping you all have some BB22 news to discuss on the pod this week. Well, I don't think we have found any BB22 news.
Just those new pipes outside the house from that person on Twitter.
But in a way, I'd like it to be a surprise. But we'll see.
I think we're going to have to scramble when BB22 comes back, and it'll be sooner than we think.
Oh, good. I'm ready for the scramble.
Laurie has sent some feedback from the last podcast, and it's very short. In capital letters, it says I.miss.Angela.
Yeah,
That's half an hour. Laurie, listener Laurie. Okay, thanks for that, Laurie. We
So do
miss
we.
Angela too.
That's mood.
There is an email from Letargo.
Go on.
Shocked but surprised more, and question: Haribo wine gums or randoms?
Is that Haribo, wine gums or randoms?
No comment. Haribo wine gums or randoms. So,
Well,
are Haribo wine gums a thing?
No, I think there's there must be a comma there. For me,
Can't go.
For me, I know, I'm going to answer his question. He sent the question. It took the time to send it. I'm going to answer it. Me and Jack have sweets every Friday, and we alternate between Haribo and randoms. But wine gums, no.
Wine gums are like
I hate wine
old-fashioned.
gums. They're gross. They'd have your tooth out if you tried to eat some wine gums.
Maybe I'll have some.
But the Lidl have got, you know how Haribo have Star Mix?
Yeah.
Lidl have Super Star Mix.
Oh, that's cute.
Which is basically just a copy.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
I don't like Haribo.
Oh.
Haribo are too hard, I think. I like randoms, though.
Randoms are good, but I don't like the ones that are foam and jelly.
I like the ones that have a liquid centre.
They're the worst one. I don't eat those ones. Oh, no.
Dan has just bought like 2 big bags of like pick and mix
Oh,
from
yeah?
the internet
Oh,
for like £10. But
I'll
like,
tell you what's good.
they're big.
Foam bananas.
I like those. And the prawns.
Cola bottles.
Do you like the prawns?
No, not really. Cola bottles. Chocolate cups. You
Fried
know, like-
eggs?
No, I don't like fried
I
eggs.
like those. They don't
what
taste
else
of
is
anything
good?
though. Dan likes his watermelon ones. You know those?
No, I don't like those.
Basically, sometimes when we go to the cinema, Dan likes to get pick and mix. So
Oh, yeah.
I think he's bought them for
Wouldn't.
when we have movie nights.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cute.
I like pick and mix.
So there is more from Latago, and it's a recording.
Okay, go on.
Let's have a look. If
Is
I
he
can-
even watching Big Brother Australia?
course
Is
he
he just
ain't.
rambling on? How long is it?
You know what the deal is. I've returned from my long journey from the hell. It's not a nice place. I gotta say, it's hot. It's hot.
Hot in hell.
You know, now I'm back. Corona, Kobe died. 2020, no Olympics. It's weird. It's weird. Pubs are opened. People out here taking a piss. Possibly, doing lines. They're over here having a party in Soho. And now we actually drew having a second wave. So, otherwise, all of us were just having a nice time, just chilling inside the house. But, yeah. It's peak, fam. It's peak.
Is he okay?
Yeah, otherwise, I'm taking
in the
this
house
time
too
to
long.
declare a challenge
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
of anyone listening
Oh.
to this podcast.
Oh, God.
Okay. On a Uno card game.
That's what
If
they
you know how
call
to
them.
play Uno,
BBA.
that is. I know how to play solitaire, and I can beat any of your asses in a minute and 50 seconds. So there you go. Uno. The winner is going to claim Lorcan as their child. All right. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Anyways, God bless BB on Blast, and God bless Howie.
Well, there's a suitably off-the-wall contribution from Latago there.
But I've got a question that stems from that.
What is the
I
challenge?
don't know about Uno. Never mind about it. Contact Latago directly if you want to play Uno.
It's not even called at Black Jungle Snake anymore, is he?
Oh, isn't he Latago Dreams or is that Instagram? Is he not Black Jungle Snake?
I don't think he
anymore?
is,
I
you
miss
know.
those days, those heady days. But going off of his email, do you think that there actually will be a second wave?
Sorry, he's at I am not Latago if you want to get involved in the Uno
If
challenge.
you want to, if you want to talk absolute
Whatever
shit,
that is.
follow Latago.
Do I think it's going to be a second wave?
Yeah.
Definitely. I think so.
Do you? I don't
Yeah.
really think there's going to be one.
But
Maybe
Leicester's
I'm
already
wrong.
got it, you know. Like, there's a
Yeah, I
lockdown
know.
in Leicester at the moment.
But don't you think London has been quite sensible up
Proactive.
until last weekend? That might
Everyone
be the
lost their
problem.
shit over the last couple of
I
weeks.
know.
Do you see the people in the river
No. What were they doing?
congregating in a river somewhere? Like, who does that? Like, A, the river's dirty anyway, and B, it's the pandemic. Like,
It's not the Thames, is it? Thames is filthy.
I don't know. I'll see if I can find it. It's a long time ago, though.
Thank you for that voicemail, Otago. If you watch Big Brother Australia, that would help even more.
Whatever. I mean, it's better than no.
Yeah,
no
to be
feedback,
honest, we'll
isn't
take
it?
what we can
Yeah,
get.
and
Beggars can't be choosers.
GB hasn't got his shit together and put his accent on yet, so
Oh yeah, what the fuck? Even he's lost interest. Oh. Alright. I noticed. Oh, never mind.
go on.
I was going to say we haven't had an email from some people this week. Never mind.
I can't find that picture of the river, but Dan did a tweet
Well,
about
the picture's not very useful for the podcast anyway.
Well, it's
is it?
useful for you to see
Oh,
how many
is it?
people are in that river.
Oh, God. Why were they doing it? It's not even been that warm.
And probably when it was warm.
When it was warm.
I don't know. I feel like you said, in winter it'll probably get worse, right?
Yeah, it will. I don't think anyone will be going back to an office this year, so... Just me sat at home getting fat. Should we wrap this up?
You're saving money, at least, on the transport.
That's something.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Follow me on Twitter, light@VM.
Follow me on Twitter, at @BB_superfan.
Follow BB on Blast, BB on Blast. You can listen to us on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes. I'm doing a bit of jiggery-pokery with the iTunes at the moment, so if
You might have to resubscribe.
you may have to resubscribe, but I'll let you know on Twitter if you do. But it should be all good, and then it should have the cover art on there, which would be good. And when does Big Brother Australia actually end?
There's another 2 weeks left.
Oh, 2 weeks.
Somehow. I think it's Hackney.
Oh, here's
in the
people
river.
in the river. Oh, hipsters in the river.
What are they doing?
Oh, what are they doing? And it's like one of Kanye's baptisms. Apart from everyone's wife.
Is he really running for Prime Minister, by the way?
Oh, God. I think, isn't he just being...
God, facetious.
Isn't he just being a shill to make people vote for... No, vote for him so Trump gets in or whatever.
So Trump
Because
does
he's
get in?
Yeah, because he's a Trump supporter, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So I
He
think
wore the
he's
hat
trying to take some votes that would have gone...
to Bernie Sanders or something.
Whoever that other guy is, Joe Biden or whatever his name is, I don't fucking know.
That
But
could be the
why
guy,
the
yeah.
fuck do I know about American politics? I don't care about us and our trade deal with Australia about penguins.
No.
But yeah, I think Kanye's trying to split the vote. I'll talk about it in your terms.
Kanye's a swing vote.
Yeah, he's
he's
the swing vote. He's the
Sorry,
swing vote.
I didn't realise it was a scramble.
Yeah, it's the scramble.
And Kanye
Kanye's
stepped
the
up as a swing vote.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not very helpful. Hopefully
No.
it'll go the way of Kieran. Actually, Kieran's still there, so what am I saying? Yeah, anyway, read my book, First Aid Kit Girl. Please send us an email. We'll be back next week, or if it's really boring, a week after, so...
Also, apologies to that Australian person that did tweet us, and I didn't actually read out your tweet, but I did appreciate you getting in touch.
Oh, what was it?
I mentioned it earlier, but I can't remember. I gave it the gist.
Oh, thanks very much. We appreciate that. I'm so tired. Bye!
Bye, see you next
See you
week
next
for more
week.
BBAU.
Bye!
At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.